Hi guys, we're gonna be playing through Vila and Windsong's anecdotes together. So let's start with Vila, and it's called Dawn Arrives as Usual. The paper birds and eternal souls, the greetings that transcend, the curtain of rain and gloom, and the sun that endures in defiance of it all. I literally have 8 hours before this expires and that Windsong's anecdote is gonna go live, so yeah, I'm definitely cutting it close for Vila at least. But let's see. Oh, wait, why did I click that? I'm so silly. Alright, let's start this off. At dusk.
Because Linska University Hospital
This is like my
received a rare
first
case
anecdote
today.
too. Ooh. Oh! Oh, is this gonna be about
The patient's veins irreversibly transformed
the vein
into
guy,
electric
like
wires.
the electric wire
As of
vein guy.
1800, all arterial, venous, and capillary tissues throughout the patient's body have undergone necrosis.
It's crazy. Like, this is like storm syndrome stuff, right?
The director
Maybe?
said they would invite more professionals to the consultation to decide on further research direction.
Oh.
Global Variety News has claimed the case may become one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the era.
Well, I mean, I am like super fascinated by it. Like the fact that that's like the very first thing that they encounter after the storm became a thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm assuming this is like literally
They started a new
storm
column
stuff,
to
because I feel
analyze
like
possible
this was
compatibilities
mentioned before in
between
a
the
previous
patient's new
chapter
wire
in main
veins and
story.
different appliances.
Because I'm like, my brain is telling me that I have heard of this before. I can't remember where. Hopefully, I'll remember by the end of this. We shall see. Alright, the radio in the St. Pavlos Foundation garbles out the news through a haze of static. Still, Vila listens to it carefully, trying to parse out every snippet of information. Reaching out her arm, she gropes for the button and manages to silence the radio, whose sound has become more nuisance than news. Fair. Guest room, Saint Foundation. Oh, she's gonna be at the Oh, okay. She's at the foundation. Oh, wait, so our anecdote's not voiced? Alright, guess it's gonna be a read-along stream. Let's go. Not a stream, it's a video! Oh my god, I am so... My brain is like literally streamer mode 24/7 now. Okay. 1 hour and 50 minutes. He's late. Very late. She rubs her hands before balling them at her side. Patience, she reminds herself, is a universal virtue. Patience for a coming change, for a new opportunity. Patience for salvation. A universal virtue, perhaps, but one being tested to its limits here. Mr. Name Day must have been stopped by some important business, unable to send word because of its gravity. Of course. I like how she's like making an excuse for this guy.
I should have gone with him. I could have seen the children sooner.
Oh, so some of parts of it are voiced. Okay. I know this isn't Rayashki, and I have no say here. But I'd rather do something than just wait around like this. She really is like more of a go-getter than like just sit around and twiddle her fingers. She looks around, her eyes landing on the television. Even a temporary guest room in the foundation proves spacious yet cozy. Everything here is more open and elegant than anything Vila has seen since she came ashore. Oh my god, words. This comfort comes included with a full range of amenities. For example, a real functioning personal TV. I feel like this room is like way bigger than their houses at Rayashki, but Rayashki is like a small town. Phew, alright.
Let me see.
It should work the same as the TV in the Rayashki's canteen. Though Vila isn't overly familiar with these appliances, a TV can't be too hard to use. That's so cute. After a click, pictures begin to stream onto the TV. Ooh! A ballet set to a sweeping orchestral suite. Swan Lake. It is a classic. I'm not surprised to find even people in the Far East appreciate it. It's really funny that this is like what she sees when like the kids back at the Rayashki were practicing Swan Lake stuff. but I'm not really in the mood for a ballet. I prefer something else. Instead of Swan Lake, or yet another Swan Lake. Oh.
Hmm?
Huh, they're all Swan Lakes. Hello?
What?
Uh-oh. How can these all be playing Swan Lake? Yeah, what's up with that? There's nothing else, no other program but Swan Lake. With each switch of the channel, the show creeps closer to its end. A stuttering prince lowers onto one knee, reaching his arm out to the departing Odette. At this moment, she hears hurried footsteps coming from the corridor, followed by a knock on the door.
Madam.
Oh, Miss Villa, are you there? Yes, please come in. I'm so sorry, Miss Villa. Oh,
What's wrong?
Mr. Name Day, catch a breath. Is it the kids? Did something happen to the kids? I like that was like her first thought. Oh.
It's...
Yo. He looks cool. Are you playable? Can I have you?
the storm.
It's the storm.
Hmm?
The storm? What do you mean?
And August has gone missing.
Oh! August! Oh, I'm gonna raise hell if something happened to August. Please! I swear to God. I just watched Kitsch. Kitsch? I just watched kids get sifted, so please. Ooh, okay. Records. Survey. What is this? Oh. Oh, okay. Is that how many chapters there are? Deduction. What is this? Stage lock. And then I'm assuming these are the prizes. Oh, okay. Whoa, I have like I have a few things to go through. Alright, let's do this. On the shore. Oh, it's called Crushed Butterflies. This is what we just watched, right? Or no? Oh no, it's not. Okay.
You shouldn't be here.
I should have read I didn't even see, because I was looking at the bottom. I didn't see if there was like a description here, because they usually have stuff, but oh well. The humans are near. You won't be able to face them all. Leave while you still can, Samodiva. Ooh. Last I checked, you were in no position to order me around. No one tells me what to do, especially not you, traitor. Remember this, I only spare you now because of your promise to return to our people. She's gonna return? As for that scaleless, whether you've kept it alive for their eternal soul or whatever else, it better be a corpse. Oh, next time I see it. Scaleless. Or I will do that work for you. Who? The dream fades. Villa opens her eyes, looking up at an unfamiliar ceiling. Where am I? She sits up and looks around, the white and gray diamond patterns on the wall reminding her that this is not Urayashiki. Oh. Still in the foundation. There isn't another second to be spent in bed. She is up with her clothes tidy and neat, ready to leave any minute, even in her sleep. Fine then, a brand new day. The last step in her routine, checking her schedule for what must be done. Yo, they better be looking for August.
Which means...
A message from the HQ. More manpower. I love this design. List of names. Are you going? Binshik?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh! They also, I'm assuming they all have masks to protect them from the storm. Same as Arcana, maybe? Manus Vindicte, I mean. It's not released yet, but I hope to stay here, to be honest. I've barely passed training. What use could I be? You never know in a situation like this. Villa's cheerful footsteps draw near to the chatting staff.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask...
Hmm?
Oh, morning, Miss Villa. May the peace be with us. How can we help you? Miss Tatiana, Mr. Vincent. I was wondering if my application for the utility room has been approved. You were looking to use it during the daytime, yes? Well, you should receive a decision soon, within 7 working days. She has to wait there for 7 days? That was not what I was told, sir. They said it would be decided today, at the latest, so that we might hold an art class there. The children have been looking forward to it. Could you double-check my application? You can find the date I first submitted it here. Sorry, we're really tied up these days. The process might take more time than expected. The female staff elbows the other and interrupts him. That isn't quite it. You see, there's been a change in procedure. Then might we just use the room first? The kids will help clean, no need for any concern. Cute! And we'll be careful with everything there.
I see.
I understand, miss, but it's against the rules. A small figure wades into the scene, breaking the increasing tension of their confrontation. He looks up at them with irrepressible eagerness and Morphus August. Or at least one of them.
Vila!
There he is! Hello, Vila. I found you. Yes, here I am. Hello to you too, Comrade August.
Let me see. 8:20.
Oh.
You're on time. But what about your friends? Why didn't you come together?
There with Mr. Name Day. He brought us the biting coin again. Piotr says he wants to have a contest with it. They will bite each other and see who has sharper teeth. Oh my god. But the kitty on the coin is sleeping. We're waiting for it to wake up first. That's so cute. I'm sure Piotr will win, so I will not be watching the contest. I will just return for the rewards. A biting coin. So it was Name Day who took the Sharperdonti from the meeting room. They wanted it to wake up anyone that fell asleep during that long meeting. That's so funny. But he must have used the slumber incantation to make it sleep instead. Oh.
No!
I'll have to get it back from him.
Excuse me.
Okay, let me help. I should take August to find Mr. Name Day. And in the meantime, we'll just have to find another place for our class, one without lengthy approvals. I'll bring the Sharperdonti back to you when I can. I really need to learn how to pronounce that. Will there be no class in the Diamond Caves today? Hasono and Nina want to have class there too. There are so many caves to play hide and seek in.
I'm sorry, child, not today. Maybe later, or after we get back to Rayashki.
Ooh. It's time to go, August. Say goodbye to the lady and gentleman. Okay. Bye-bye, Mr. Polar Bear. Mrs. Polar Bear.
Goodbye.
I guess the masks does look like polar bears. Grabbing at the corner of Villa's shirt, August follows her down the corridor, gripping his sunflower tightly in his hands. In his arms, oh my god. As they move beyond earshot of the chatting staff members, she poses a gentle question.
Kids.
August, why are you out in the hallway all alone? It is best to stay with our other comrades while we're in an unfamiliar place. Do you understand? It's for your safety. But why are you out here, little August? Will you tell me?
Sure. Okay.
Is mumbling. It is strange to see August hesitate. A dreadful series of imagined dangers pop into her mind. But she leans on her experience, waiting out his answer behind a patient, tender smile.
Vila, you didn't turn into sea foam or even a squeaking line.
Mermaid! Mermaid lore!
Does that mean you have an eternal soul?
What?
What is an eternal soul? I think it is something for people with beautiful tales, something that keeps them up so they won't sleep forever. But Piotr said it was like pretty clothes that never get dirty, immaculate that keep you safe. He said his mama tells him about a place where people get them, called a church.
But
Huh? But I told him clothes can't protect people, because I saw Yevgeny and he was wearing clothes when he turned into a sea swallow. No! Name Day says, oh my god. Name Day says... Words? Hello? I think it's because of his name Day. Name Day says, you will know the answer, but even if you don't, I think you must have one. Now that's why you have a pretty tail and you don't turn into sea foam. Oh! Eh? Villa's eyes widen. She stops and turns to him inquisitively. Turn into sea foam? I understand now. You're thinking about that fairy tale, aren't you?
I believe so.
You know that story came from the legends of the Rusalka, or perhaps I should say the stories human told about us.
But
they're only stories, nothing more. Little mermaid lore. She stoops down, looking into Avgust's eyes, searching for a better answer to match his own search. His questions never had conventional answers.
That.
You didn't turn into sea foam.
I believe so.
No, I didn't.
People fold paper into different shapes and give them names. That's just what they do. The eternal soul is very much like that.
Interesting. And a little like a paper plane. She tears a page from her notebook and folds it swiftly into a paper plane.
Ooh!
A sea swallow. Oh. I could fold one of those too. Does that mean I have an eternal soul?
No, that isn't so.
This paper, sea swallow, the shape doesn't really matter, nor does its name. You can call it an eternal soul, or sea swallow, or even Comrade Patrick's pot. Anything you'd like to call it.
But it doesn't look like a bot. I don't think it would work like a bot either. So it's useless? Even the hole in my hat has its uses. At least it helps me to see my friends.
Cute. And even if it is a sea swallow, it can't protect you either.
I believe so.
You're right, little Avgust. No matter what we call it, it's only a folded piece of paper. But once it flies away, it disappears. I can never catch the sea swallows that Pasono folds. They fly very, very far. That's so cute. And whether they're flying, they are so free. They can't be caught by anyone, even on tiptoes. But just because you can't catch others doesn't mean you cannot make your own. Like your frogs, sunflowers, and polar bears, these things you fold for yourself, they will be there for you, Avgust.
These paper shapes, they aren't really frogs and planes. We just call them that, like we call it an eternal soul. But to name it, that doesn't give us any special protection. No, we have to protect ourselves.
I really like the way that Avgust speaks. I think it's just so it really just like reminds you that he is just a little boy with a very, very imaginative mind. But I mean, I don't think his stuff, like the stuff that he says, is imaginative really. It's just, I think it's just the way he perceives the world. It's just very cute, honestly. Very, very pure. Avgust lowers his head, the slow wagging of the sunflower reflecting in its own way a measure of his thoughts. Vila holds her hand out to him. Not long after, the little boy reaches for it as a smile returns to his face. Now, a mission for you, Comrade Avgust. Tell me, where is Mr. Nameday?
That.
He is with the others. They're going to see Comrade Bellini. We'll need to climb the stone stairs first. Okay, bye! It was too fast. Hello. On the shore. Oh, okay. There's no just actual description. Okay, that's fine. Canteen, Rayashki. Ooh, it's a flashback. With little food to spare, few visits the canteen outside of mealtime, yet someone must still set the chairs and tablecloths. This isn't part of their regular schedules. However, with a lecture being planned in the public square, things are a little hectic. And they are happy to help. Oh, Avgust! Let's listen to him hum. He's so cute. A leaky boat that can sink any moment. Oh, she's so zombie. That's so pretty. Mumbling to herself, Vila tightens the tablecloth near the window. Realizing that this is the last one before they've finished, she smiles.
Well,
Well done, little comrade. It's time for us to get to the square.
A leaky boat. We're sailing on it to the square.
And together with Windsong. So we finished with our comrade tables and chairs. Today no comrade cans will join them real soon and bring many more friends here. Yes, little August. We'll need to say goodbye to Comrade Bleeny, make sure they're all set just right, and then we're good to go. Because... Oh. She chokes on the word as if a phantom hand wrapped around her neck, stifling her voice. Oh! Is she alright? The meaning is clear even before her scales began shivering. Vila raises her head, eyes darting out beyond the window. Her people have found her. Oh?
Vila?
August? Listen, August, you must go gather all your classmates and bring them to Comrade Yevgeny. Stay with him. Oh, this is like before Yevgeny died. You know where to find him, right?
I do.
go on now, Comrade August. It is up to you to complete this important mission.
Ooh. I can see like a full-blooded Rusalka. I want to see. Nearby the docks, there is a place blocked off by discarded containers and machinery. A hidden place in the water known to few besides Vila. A respite in Rayashki's rare warm days. A place where she could stretch out her legs when her legs away when the swimming pool when the swimming pool proved too crowded, too public. Okay.
Samadiva.
Ooh! It's the person from the beginning. Woo! A large wave rises then splashes onto the shore, accompanied by a melodious sound, one familiar to her people. Rayashki prides itself on welcoming everyone, yet this is an uninvited guest. Ooh! Vila. Refresh my memory. Do we always start out our conversations this way?
You shouldn't be here.
Ooh! You should not presume to tell me where I can and cannot go, traitor. You've always stayed on the move, Vila. One place to the next, never tied down, hopping from port to muddy little port through the greatest of the scaleless cities. To think this would be the place you'd stay, an old dried out shell you were too tired to shed off. Here, where the scaleless build their home, scrounging under the land bed for scraps, like carrion crabs. How pitiful that we might be so easily mistaken for them. She'd run as far as she could, but still they found her. They were relentless, her kin would stop at nothing to eliminate half-bloods, no stone unturned, no place too remote. I wish you could see Samadiva. This hatred between our peoples, there's no way out this whirlpool until we choose to stop it.
It has blinded you. That's why you can't see what we've been trying to build. What the world could be.
Instead, you see what you want to see. Do you think it matters to me what you see in this crab nest? Tides take it, I'm here for you. Oh, you die today. Woo! Vila! Miss Vila! My lecture is starting soon. I was hoping you'd do me a favor. The Samadiva summoned arrows of razor-sharp water hanging in the air, halted by the sudden intrusion. Oops, my files. Vila, halting her breath, catches her foe's eyes darting toward the sound, narrowing with enjoyment. His arrows turn in a new direction and point straight at the source of the voice, Windsong. Ooh, where is it?
No!
Uh-oh! Windsong! She'll be fine. Vila didn't know that she could make a sound like that. Ooh! It was melodious but dark and irritated. The sound of an ancient language, one she never mastered. She's warning him. More water arrows took shape, surrounding Samadiva. These ones distinctly less sharp. Ooh! Don't do this. Blunt as these arrows might seem, they produce a thin red line across his neck. What? Can't take her life or the lives of anyone here. Her souls are not for you. These are my people now. Harm them and you'll spend the rest of your life in regretting it, short though it may be. Yo, badass Vila. Let's go. What? You little... Get his ass, dude. It's time for you to leave, Samadiva. Don't make me tell you twice. She holds her breath. This isn't the first time she's bluffed like this, but the stakes are higher now than they've ever been. She can't afford to give anything away. Oh! A silence. Minutes or seconds might have passed between them until Samadiva's arrows fall loosely into the water. Even so, Vila does not let up. Her foe bears his fangs, hissing. She also has fangs. Somehow you found a way to become something worse than a traitor. You betray us, refuse to accept trial, escape from justice, and now are you truly seeking this eternal soul? You're so homesick that you'd choose any way to get back, even if that means chasing a myth. You're insane. How could you know that it's a myth? Even if it were real, it would not be a half-blood like you that would find it. Go ahead, drown all the Scaleless here. Have them sign their souls away to the abyss. Just see if that is enough. But you're never going to find it. You'll never reach Atlantis? Whoa. Oh, okay. Atlantis.
You know, I'm always open to trying new things.
Heh. Then maybe you should start with the one calling your name. Vila tries to call out to Windsong, waving her away, but the leyline researcher walks clumsily towards her unheeded.
Miss Vila!
What are you doing all the way out here? I've just been working on my lecture. It's mostly a rehashing of my previous work. But anyways, I thought I could use your help. It might be a little too long now. Miss Vila? The researcher seems unaware of the battle that nearly transpired there. The sea behind them is quiet and still. It better be a corpse next time. Oh, so he was referring to Windsong. Got it. Though she hasn't dropped her guards, she somehow misses the moment that Samadiva leaves. His voice lingers in the falling of the waves. That's so cool. Oh, if you have other suggestions, we can... No? Sorry, I was preoccupied with something. We can work out your lecture on the way back. Come on. Everyone should be waiting at the square.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, of course, of course. So, in order to make it easier for listeners, I divided the lecture into 4 parts. I'm not so worried about my summary, and the theory part should be clear, but the introduction... The two of them walk side by side to the town square, leaving the tides to wash over the shore. Man, it's kind of hard because I have my mic directly in front of where the words are, so sometimes I'm like having to like look up and over my my mic. This is what happens. I feel like I should get a new mic arm, but that is neither here nor there. Alright. Kitchen conversations. Oh, okay, sweet. I can actually look at... Oh my god, how many chapters? There's 8! Okay. I think I can finish it. I'm pretty sure. We have to. I have no choice. I have 8 hours. This is what I get for procrastinating. But it's okay. They seem pretty short, though.
Give me a minute.
Let me go over your requests. He's so pretty. I really like him. I really like his design, too. It's very simple, but very, very appealing to the eye. You need a space for your most energetic kids to play.
I believe so.
Yes, indoor or outdoor is fine, but a place with some sunshine would be best. A little sunshine is good for everyone, you know? And we'll need a lot of paper. Blank paper is ideal, but waste paper is also welcome. They can use it for drawing or to make paper planes. That's so cute.
Yes, yes.
A sunny, open space and paper. The paper should be simple, but as for the location... I suppose you'll say a spare office isn't good enough, so what about here? Oh. As they converse, Name Day moves them from the Foundation's canteen and into the front hall. The children follow him like a waddling line of ducklings. Villa can't help but think he might almost be mistaken for a teacher. That's so cute.
Hmm?
Here, well, it certainly has light and space.
But
But this is the front hall. Won't it be too busy? Yes, it will get busy sometimes with everyone passing through. Oh?
Mr. Name Day!
Please do again. Please. Show us the arcane skill that turns paper planes into birds. You promised. That's so cute. Another interrupts him before Name Day answers.
Stop yelling! He won't do it! That sofa he conjured from the door yesterday only lasted a few minutes.
Oh? And I fell off it. It's a dumb power. But can you turn a paper plane into a bird? I didn't think so. So Mr. Name Day is still better than you. Their spirited debate turns into a rolling battle. Thankfully, the many people passing by are too busy to pay it any mind and give them a wide berth. What is it exactly that your arcane skill does, Mr. Name Day?
Well, I can transform garbage into useful items simply by naming them.
He's so cute! I admit it's not a very practical skill, but kids usually enjoy it. Oh, I love his smile. Alright, stop yelling. I'll show you whatever you want. Mr. Raccoon? That's his nickname? I would like to see the sea swallow too. I think we should stop Piotr and Pasono first. Why? Aren't they just singing? The boys' duet soon become a chorus as others are pulled in, and their would-be teacher tries in vain to bring them back into harmony. My apologies, Miss Villa. I really can't handle this. Oh, he's a loser! I love him. Let me guess, you're the youngest of your family? You can always tell. You might as well be a kid yourself.
hey,
She
gentlemen,
he
you went
got
a bit too
called
far.
out. He got called out. That is so funny. She raises her tone as she continues, but it remains calm, a reminder, not a warning. A practiced tone that the fighters instantly recognize, bringing their battle to a swift end. My lovely little comrades, you know that you are always free to express your opinions, but we must be peaceful, no? No shouting, no fighting. Remember, children, we're here representing our town. We don't want people to think guests from Rayashki's are rude, do we? Now, if you can all behave as good guests, perhaps Comrade Vila will find us some Alyanka to share. Ooh. Guess good children should be rewarded. I'm sorry, Miss Villa, Mr. Name Day. Sorry, Mr. Name Day. I shouldn't have yelled at you.
It's okay.
Aww. It's fine, no need to. Alright, Mr. Name Day has accepted your apologies. Now it's time to give each other a hug. Oh, the boys rush to each other, arms wide, their frowns turn to smiles, face to face, hair tangled. They look fluffy and warm. That's so cute. And after releasing each other, Pasono turns back to Villa timidly. We hugged now, so can we have Alonka too, Miss Villa? Villa knew the question before he even spoke and answers with an encouraging smile.
Don't worry, child. There will always be Alyonka for you, no matter what.
Aww. Aw, the children's cheers. That's so cute. That's really funny though. Mr. Name Day is the youngest. Now, this is better. A little sunshine and far fewer people. A flat area with no obstacles, perfect for the children to run around. Well stocked with paper and paint. A place like this should just be perfect. You almost sound like a TV salesperson.
Excuse me.
Sorry, but what do you mean by a salesperson? I only meant the way that you described it. Like someone from a commercial. I forget you don't watch TV. You don't watch much TV in the Rayashki. Never mind. As you said, it should be a perfect place, and I've seen to it that you won't need any paperwork to use it. Nice.
I believe so.
Wonderful. I'm sure the kids are eager to have a place to themselves. Shall we let them play then? Actually, I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Go ahead. The adults walk to the other side of the hall, though Villa maintains a watchful eye on the kids. Nameday speaks first, catching her before she can return her eyes to him. In fact, I had one for you as well, though I know I've already asked many times.
Madam.
Is there any way we might persuade you to join the Foundation and stay here, Miss Villa? Ooh.
You said that you settled down in Rayashki because it took you in unconditionally. That it was so full of hope that it became the symbol of a new world to you.
A new world where all races and ideas can coexist.
I believe so.
That is how I see Rayashki. And how I will always see it, but each time I say it, I cannot help but add.
Well, of course it may fail and end up a ruin.
Oh.
But at least we've tried.
Oh.
Yes.
Perhaps you see what I'm thinking, Miss Villa. We share the same goal, Rayashki, the Foundation, you and I. We also strive for peace and harmony. Look at our slogan, may the peace be with us. And should you agree, then your students could join the SPDM, the School for... Nope. The School for Foundation. Nope, do not. Villa, do not do this. Do not let them go in. Nope. We've determined that they are all talented arcanists, especially Afghis. Oh, but please understand, it isn't that we're expecting anything from him. It's just sincere admiration. I understand entirely. Don't worry so much over words. You have your job to do, right?
For a brighter future. For the children. In these cases, what you said was correct. They did mean something. But adults think in their adult ways, disguising their plans by saying it is for the children. Then they make decisions for them without even asking.
Thanks for calling that out, Villa. I choose not to be such an adult.
Madam.
After the first time you brought up the SPDM, I made it a point to talk to each of them and give them a clear and fair argument for it. But they all want to go home, back to Rayashki. As do I. I question, though, why you feel you've decided to pursue recruiting us individually. Wouldn't it be more beneficial to build a long-term partnership with all of Rayashki? They can't take all of Rayashki, huh? Villa seizes on the pause with a smile, turning the questions back on him. And on the subject of cooperation, I have another question. Nameday breathes out, relaxing from his bracing stance. Please go on. Oh, I didn't realize he was going to talk there. I have taken notice that the turnover rate in this branch is quite high. I assume with so many coming and going, you must be getting a steady stream of information as well. To that end, I ask that you might share some information about the Rayashki with me. And the most important of which...
When will we be able to go home?
Oh, I really want them to go home. Please, set them free. Set them free. Oh, is this a... Oh no, I don't think it is, but... Wait, let me see. I wonder what this is. I guess we'll look at it later. Let's... Oh, stage is locked. Oops. Letters unsent. Oopsie. I accidentally clicked on the earlier chapter, but that's okay. The sudden silence puzzles Villa. A question as simple as this should not render a talkative young man mute. Oh! Are they gonna try to keep them there? She tilts her head, trying to restart the topic. Mr. Nameday? Oh, my apologies. I was only thinking how I might best put it into words. Please, like I said before, don't worry over words. I appreciate your concern, but I am not made of glass. I've put my trust in you and this hesitance to speak. It makes me worry. Oh, Miss Villa, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean at all to.
Mr. Nameday.
Tell me, Mr. Nameday. I will be needing an answer. This young man stands slightly taller than her, so Villa slightly raises her head, hoping to catch his eyes. Nameday flinches, eyes running from her glance. The two thinks he has little ways of managing kids and the stare of an honest person. Uh-oh. As you wish. It seems you're picked? It seems you've picked up on our high turnover rate, but let me be clear, it is an attrition rate. We simply don't have enough manpower to escort you back to Rayashiki safely. In fact, I might well be in the field too, if I hadn't been selected to host you and the children. Okay. Attrition? What do you mean? Has something happened? Sorry, there's little I'm at liberty to say, but it isn't anything to worry about. Still, as you are concerned, I'll see if there are any field missions in the area. If we're lucky, my colleagues may be able to bring back some news. That is a good start. But then, what is going on in Rayashiki exactly? I admit I don't know any more than you do, but if the radio is anything to go by, tourism in Rayashiki is still in full swing. I heard the administration was even considering adding it to our list of annual retreat destinations. It's gonna be a corporate annual retreat destination. That's so funny. So it must not be so bad. What about the mines? The port? Is it still under construction? Has Zeno left us alone? Well, they didn't mention any of that on the radio. Villa's blue eyes sparkle, reflecting a sea of thoughts and questions. So if we can't go back for now, is it still possible to write home?
That's right.
Oh, how silly of me to not think of it. I will write home and ask their opinion about further cooperation between Rayashiki and the Foundation. Oh, I should get on this right away. Yes, you have a lot of paper. A lot of paper surrounding you right now. Villa has always been known for direct and bold action, and for very good reason.
Madam.
What now?
What?
She can't write home either? Aside from any questions about whether we can deliver anything, there's no need to rush. The kids are here, and I'd rather you not leave... you not leave with just need to watch them. Not that I'm saying you can't go, but I worry I won't be able to manage them alone. Oh, of course, I forgot that you're short-handed now. But is there really no one at all you can spare? Not even just to deliver some mail?
Of course we have mail delivery. I'm just trying to say you don't have to be in such a hurry. We can send your letters at any time.
Okay.
So why not enjoy the sun for now?
He's stalling. He's definitely stalling. I don't know why. Why are you stalling? I swear to God, if something happens to Rayashiki, I'm gonna be very upset. If you insist, it is a lovely day. Fine then. If we have some more time, I should be able to think of some more questions. Oh. But this is like before the whole thing in the preface where August is missing, so we haven't even hit that yet. This is like all the previous, like what happened previously. After sending the children back to their temporary dormitory, Villa says goodbye to Nameday and returns to her room with a stack of blank paper. Stank? What the heck? Words. When my brain just like reads words and puts them together, it's like always funny. But I'm like, oh man. She spreads out the papers on the desk, recalling all the questions in her mind from the afternoon. Every word she writes is marked by a spark of warmth and a pang of her ever-growing homesickness. To Lazarev.
Dear comrade.
No matter who is reading this, before you start, please find yourself a comfortable chair. Take my words seriously and not just a quick skim. Yes, even you, Canute. Because what I'm about to tell you is of utmost importance to all of us. Mr. Nameday, please give these letters to... Now, before I get to the topic, I must first apologize for losing contact. I hope most sincerely, but that by the time you get this letter, we will already be on our way home. These are today's letters. Please make sure they arrive. Oh no, there are too many questions and I'm not so good at prioritizing, but I've heard others say that one must go with the flow. Our cooperation with the Foundation has encountered some manner of force majeure and has been paused temporarily. This letter aims at gaining more details from you, our frontline workers. Forgive me if I ask too many questions, but they involve every aspect of our livelihoods and Narayashki's survival, including many I should have asked much earlier. Ooh. Here you are. These are a few more letters, thank you. Uh-oh. What's the progress on the repairs for the pier and the dockyard? Have we established any diplomatic relationships with neighboring cities? Has the rebuilding and maintenance of the houses been finished according to the schedule? As autumn is near, have we prepared enough waterproof materials to keep the roofs in good order? And do we have enough fuel to keep things heated in winter? I would suspect and hope that as we ramp up our coal production, none of these will be a problem. Oh no, Vila. How many letters has she sent? That is so bad.
Looking forward to your reply. Warm regards, your most loyal friend, Vila.
That's so sad. Vila.
Mr. Nameday.
With that, today's letters are done. Vila folds each one and slips them into their envelopes. As she reaches for the last one, she realizes she has used every last page from the stack. Uh-oh. She stares half shocked at the mound of thick envelopes before her. I didn't realize I had so much to say.
I'm afraid I'll have to cut down the pine tree in the garden for more paper if you keep writing this way.
Are these letters to Miss Windsong finished? I see you've already signed them, so I would suspect they are, yes? Actually, not yet. I'm not sure if she'd like to return to Rayashki. And I worry it might be too forward to ask her directly. I'm still choosing my words. Windsong is that ley line researcher, right? I heard her presentation in HQ was a success. Still, maybe you might start by giving your congratulations, then you might ask her how she's doing these days, or something like that. His suggestions provoke no reaction from Vila, as Nameday gradually softens his voice. Sorry, I don't write so very often. Maybe my suggestion isn't helpful, maybe this is useless advice, or maybe I'm I'm like a blind squirrel.
Anyway.
Feel free to forget anything I said. That's so cute. No, actually, that was a good suggestion. The blind squirrel found the nuts. Mr. Nameday, that was very helpful indeed. That's cute. You don't mind, please, I'll finish these, and you can send them all together. Okay. Oh, my god, I'm stretching right now. Take your time. I'll be sitting here waiting, killing time. Maybe I'll do some carvings with my knife. Ooh! Yo, they move too fast. With these transitions. Killing time. Hmm?
I don't know why I'm doing this.
Oh? The mountain of letters in front of him has grown to a daunting size. Oh, he isn't sending the letters. At least there's one letter I can send. The rest are not so lucky. There's no one to receive them! Not even to mark return to sender? All those words without anyone to read them. Questions that will never be answered. What do you mean? What do you mean? This, oh my god. I swear to god. Did the Rayashki get sifted? I'm gonna be really upset. A powerless, futile anxiety burns inside him. Finally, he takes the letter from the top of the mountain and leaves with a tender sigh. A letter to an old friend. No one to receive them! To Windsong. Oh my god. I swear to god. I swear to god. I swear to god. As she ponders. The sunny corridor, tucked away from the bustle of the office, now serves as a classroom where Vila holds classes for the children. art, physical education, and the Foundation's general education courses.
Children!
Please repeat the rules one by one, starting with our comrades at the front. Comrade Piotr. First, no running, no horseplay. Second, don't climb out the window. A rule made very specially for you, Comrade Pasono. Next, Comrade Nina. Third, always raise your hand to ask questions.
I believe so.
Exactly, Comrade Ovkus. Do not wander away without your comrades. Don't look for Villa on your own.
I believe so.
That's right, Comrade Ovkus. Going on all alone is dangerous, even if in a safe place like the Foundation. There is no place that is perfectly safe, and no place stays safe forever. Besides, I'll always be right here with you, so why would you be looking for me?
Vila?
Did you stop writing Villa?
Besides...
Mr. Raccoon isn't here today. Mr. Nameday has his own work to do, so do we. And our work today is to play chess. Old sea swallows, read books, and explore our own interests. Dismissed. Like a rocket, at her word, the kids launch upwards, bouncing against the walls until only two remain. Ovgus stands beside Nina. Looking at her, the little girl wears a worried face. Villa brings herself to them.
What's wrong?
Homesick.
Miss Vila,
Everyone's
when
homesick.
are we going back to Rayashki?
Oh my god. Rayashki is gone.
I asked Mr. Nameday the same question, and he said soon. But how soon is soon? Soon means tomorrow.
I wish it was...
Mom always
case.
said soon. It won't be long. Everything will be fine when you wake up
I really hate
tomorrow.
this. Dead flags everywhere.
So, I think they have the same meaning. Why?
But it's already tomorrow. It's been a lot of tomorrows and we're still here. It's been a lot of tomorrows.
I don't understand.
I miss Mama. I think soon means that we will go home. That is for certain. And we could be on our way there at any moment. But when will that be? I'm sorry, Nina. I shouldn't have said that.
Honesty is important. So, honestly, I don't know.
But I am sure we will return home once it is safe. Mr. Nameday has been helping us with just that. Though he shouldn't have to do that for us. Mr. Raccoon keeps going in and out. He left through the front hall, but he brings fewer things back every time.
Miss Vila, this is...
Oh. I cut him off. I'm sorry, Persona.
Miss Vila, this is for you.
Oh, okay. He was just gonna say that. Ofkus says it's a sea swallow, but I say this is a paper plane. Oh. It's not as powerful as the real fighter jet, but I made it with our last piece of paper.
Rare things are always more valuable, like canned meat and sausages.
Suddenly, the paper plane in Villa's hand becomes heavier than a real jet.
I'm sure you'll be able to take us home with this.
Okay. Oh, these kids. Is it a folded paper or military grade steel? She can't tell. And nothing seems to fit as an answer. Thank you, Pasono. This is indeed a well-made plane.
This is a sea swallow. An eternal soul. It will fly far, far enough to reach the town.
Man. Can it take us all back too? Oh, Nina. I miss everyone. I miss Rayashki. We will go home. Yay, I've practiced my paper folding so I can make real good stuff now. I want to make one for Uncle Canute too. But we're running out of the paper Mr. Nameday brought us. I swear to God. Persona says we're running out of eternal souls. Could we give him other things that are like an eternal soul? Something he can fold into more sea swallows? And other things?
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Oh. Why do you call paper eternal souls? Souls are for people, not paper. I once read a story about a Vasalka princess to my sister. The princess traded her fishtail and her voice for a pair of legs, but she didn't get what she wanted and turned into foam. Little Mermaid! I don't like that story. That princess is like Ivan the Fool. She doesn't make sense. Oh. Villa is not Ivan. Ivan?
I'm not
Ivan the
referring to
Fool.
Miss Vila.
Ivan? What the heck?
She's
Ivan
not
the
a
Fool.
princess. Besides, the book says Rosalki will eventually turn into foam because
Aw.
they don't have an eternal soul. That's not Miss Vila's case. She must have one.
No, paper is the name we give souls. Villa told me. Amused by their discussion, Villa decides it's best not to intervene. Piotr, though, is anxious. As the oldest boy, he feels he must break up any fights to keep everyone in line. Villa gently taps him on the shoulder to reassure him. Oh. Ryashki. I really hope Ryashki's okay and they're just like stalling for whatever reason. The sound of the telegraph and typewriter harmonizes, echoing in this little room. Wearing headphones, Name Day is listening to the telegram and transcribing it through the typewriter. I wish to hold your hand tightly. Why is it in reversed order? Your most loyal yet worst friend, Windsong. She wants to hold Villa's hand, please? Familiar footsteps approach, followed by a knock. Name Day concentrates fully on the incoming telegram, having no idea of the coming intrusion. Oop. Therefore, it may be best to give up the idea of returning to Bayashki. Oh,
Mr. Name Day.
that is all I can say for now. But I believe you're strong enough to face the truth and won't rush into reckless decisions. Mr. Name Day, are you there? This should be the place. Maybe you're still not aware of the full extent of it. What is it? Oh, this is killing me. This is where he stores all his collections. That sound, is that a typewriter? Shoot. It's Miss Villa. Yeah, hide all the letters. He silently screams, realizing it's too late to hide either the letter or the telegraph. No, she must not see. Mr. Name Day, I heard your voice. Sorry to bother you now, but I really need to know. When can we... She sees all the letters. It won't be the town you remembered or the utopia we tried to build. Oh no! Go back to Ryashki? The storm has changed everything! Even Ryashki is not safe! No! Okay. Okay. I like how I titled my Farewell Ryashki event video as a wholesome story, and now this. I guess, like... Let me just process this for a second. I can't believe this. Not even that Ryashki was spared. That's so sad. But, okay, so... I know we joke around and call Reverse 1999 Depression 1999, but I do like the commitment that the writers have with making sure that they know how to, like, uplift you and then, I don't know, crush you with a boot, with a rock, with many rocks, many runium ores, I don't know. Ryashki. Okay, I'm not even done. Maybe this is all. Maybe it's gonna be fine by the end. Maybe Ryashi's alright. But the fact that Name Day says that there is no place to even receive these letters, I think they're gone. I think they're gone. It's just really just, yeah. Like, and they can't even go home no matter how many times they ask. Like, the name day has been dodging every single attempt at finding out when they can go home soon. There have been many tomorrows. That's so sad. I can't believe Ryashki's gone. Oh my god, how am I supposed to survive now? That was literally like a wholesome town, and now the storm has taken it away. Which I get it. A storm spares no one, and that's cool. Like I said, it's cool that the writers are super dedicated to making sure that this remains Depression 1999. But still, come on now. Oh well, might as well go through this and see. Reality. Nothing can be hidden forever, a hard lesson for the struggling name day to accept as he scrambles across his desk. The typewriter is still working and Villa is one step away. Mr. Name Day? What is that? A telegraph and a typewriter? Could this be a telegram from Ryashki? But how would they have gotten it out? We never replaced our machine. What could that possibly... Rip. No, this is actually from my brother. Of course, I don't blame you, but you kind of interrupted a private moment. Villa squints, eyes glimmering. Rustalki have extraordinary physical abilities, including sharp eyesight. Reading the print on the typewriter is as effortless as a glance. Your most loyal yet worst friend, Windsong. That's your brother?
But
I don't intend to accuse you, but I admit I am confused. Is your brother's name really Windsong? Should have just said sister! It's not like that, Miss Villa. I'm just... He's so bad at lying. I know, I'm only teasing. No need for theatrics. Now, would you let me read it? I don't suggest you to... Oh, every message or letter the Foundation receives needs to be examined by us. Unfortunately, you can't read it now. This one is still being translated, so I haven't submitted it yet. He's so quick at like coming up.
Long gone, sir.
Coming up with like excuses. Oh god, name
Why
day.
so nervous? It's only a letter from a friend. How dangerous could it be?
Oh,
Look,
Yashki's
it says,
gone.
I wish to hold your hand tightly. Terrifying, isn't it?
Name day falls silent, in sync with the telegraph's staccato rhythm. The tension in the room thickens with the growing moment of silence. If... Oh?
If you insist, just go on. It is your letter and your right, after all.
Oh god, here we go. She gets to find out. I hope you'll be okay.
I am so happy to hear from you finally. I was so worried that it might be even worse news when I opened the envelope. After all, that's all I have received these days. It took me quite some time to prepare myself and read it through. After that, I sent you this telegram immediately.
Oh no.
First, I am so glad to know you and your little warriors are doing well. It really cheers me up after all this bad news.
But Ryashki's gone.
However, I'm still confused by your decision. You're going back to Ryashki. But don't you know? It won't be the town you remembered, or the utopia we tried to build. The storm has changed everything. It seems the Foundation has concealed the truth from you. But as your friend, I feel I'm obliged to tell you. As far as I know, the chaos caused by the storm has been around for a long time.
Okay.
Wherever it goes, every building and each person there will be reversed.
Canute is gone. All of them are gone.
By reversed, I mean they've vanished. I have not visited Ryashki yet, but I've been to many other places it has struck. I saw what comes from the storm with my own eyes. Think about it. Everyone you know may have vanished, and that once thriving town may only be a ruin now. If anything remains at all.
I really can't believe they did this to me. They did this to us. But Ayashki is gone.
I'm not exaggerating. This is a common fate for places impacted by the storm.
Oh no. Oh no. The storm. A word she has heard from Name Day, now standing before her with guilt etched into his petrified face.
So this is the truth of the storm.
Isn't it, Mr. Name Day? Actually, the storm doesn't need to be as serious as Miss Windsong said in this letter. See, you, Upgus, and the other kids are safe and sound in the Foundation. Not vanished, not reversed. His voice gets softer and softer, fading until the next sentence fails to emerge at all. Despite the ability to transform a thing by speaking a name, he finds no name, no word suitable for the moment.
It sounds like things have changed there. Changed for the worse. Am I right?
Oh no. Villa tiptoes and gently taps Name Day on the shoulder. Changed, yes, but it will likely not be as chaotic and ruined as you might imagine from Miss Windsong's letter. Are you still lying? Well, I suppose that isn't the point. It's only that I think you should consider staying here even after this letter. I think she's gonna want to go back. Oh, Opkus! Startled by the sound of a miniature contemplation, they turn around and see the least likely person to be here. Oh no, Opkus heard everything? When did you... What are those in your hand? Opkus raises the envelope in his hand as if holding up a flag.
Look, Vila! So many eternal souls. You're here for them, right?
What are these? All her unsent letters piling up at the corner. Opkus doesn't know what he has found. To him, it's only a trophy, a means to another flight of sea swallows.
Oh.
These ones are wearing black dots.
Everything will be alright.
We can use these for dotted sea swallows. We can make so many new things. Hosono and Nina will be so happy.
I hereby declare that you are all eternal souls.
It's literally the letters that she meant to give everyone back at Rayashki, and he's calling them eternal souls. Ah, this pure child.
Avgust.
These are not eternal souls. It will be fine. Opkus is right, Mr. Name Day. They could be anything we think they are, including eternal souls. They're nothing special anymore. They aren't going to be of any other use. I'm sorry.
You don't have to. As I said, you have your job to do. And I also have mine, even in this situation.
Oh, Villa. Reads out. I suppose we're lucky you didn't send them. Now the children have some more paper. That's so sad. Man! That's awful. Okay, under the warm sun. I guess we're almost done. This anecdote is very short. That's cool. Oh, but then we still have like the deduction stuff. I wonder if that's like a story. Time seems to be frozen in the utility room. The sound of breathing is the only sign of its passage. Staring at the pile of letters between them, both Villa and Name Day realize that their problems demand answers.
Well?
Comrade Windsong did not say whether it was a good idea to return. As I just asked, would you consider staying here even after knowing what was in this letter?
See? Your question shows you don't think the truth will stop me. Looks like neither of us have changed our minds.
Villa shakes her head, taking the letter off the typewriter. You know I'm still going, and I know you'd prefer for us to stay here.
Alright, since you know the truth, I won't keep it from you any further. Are you setting off tomorrow?
If possible, sure. We've waited for too long not to know. All I want is a chance to see it with my own eyes. Oh, we get to see it, Ayashiki. Okay. No. I'll try my best to. Remember, I told you what happened that day when the storm fell? Oh, never mind. So I guess, that was, it's not a flashback. This is following after that. Okay. I should stop thinking that everything is, like, telling a story about the past or whatever. But anyway, remember I told you what happened that day when the storm fell? That August went alone to take a look. I remember, but back then I didn't know much about the storm, less even than what I know now. I thought he just got lost. I had no idea what he might have seen. Vila looks at August, who is taking each letter from its envelope and piling them up. There are different layers. Oh, one after another begin to resemble, at least in the mind of August, a layered cake.
Hey!
A Napoleon cake.
Vila!
Look, Vila. Thank you for the cake, but did you forget what I said, Comrade August? Don't go out alone. But since you're here for these eternal souls, I think we can help.
Besides...
But I didn't leave my comrades. He points at the door. They see the edge of some clothes hidden behind the door frame. Oh no, accompanied by grouchy whispers. Don't push me, I can't hear anything. What do you expect? Comrade August just sold us out. Let's just go in already. Oh no, I had no idea we had so many listeners.
Children!
Come out, all of you, Piotr, Pasona, Nina, and anyone else you've got with you too. I have something that I must tell you.
Miss Vila!
I know what you want to ask, and yes, we're going home. And if all goes well, we will be going home tomorrow. No. But then they'll see! Oh. The hard-packed snow crunches under the weight of feet, big and little, as the team led by Vila inch close to home once again.
Vila?
Why didn't we come home from the pier? Turtles in the sea place their houses there and then go on shore.
We're not going home for good, Comrade August. This is just... a visit. Just like the ones Comrade Windsong used to make, remember?
Then are we guests? Does that mean we stay in the hotel tonight? But there are still houses for us, right?
Besides...
I can't see the pier or the statue from here. All the rooftops and the snow become one. The snow has covered everything. We're here because this is the best place to see all of Rayashki. No! What? I see nothing. No pier, no statue. They're gone. Oh.
Both sea foam and snow all eventually... vanish. Vanish. Is that the word?
Oh, August.
I don't know. There are a lot of questions that I can't answer. Besides, I'm not always right.
Oh. August falls deep into his own mind, but Nina cautiously takes Vila's hand and asks her in a trembling voice. Miss Vila, wasn't the mine on our way home? But this doesn't look like the way home anymore. Oh no! It's strange. I just want to see Mama again, and then we can go back to the SPDM with Pasono.
Why? Miss Vila, is this really Rayashki?
No. Kids! Vila holds her hand even tighter. This time she doesn't bend down to wipe the tears from the little girl's face. There is no soft word of comfort left in her, only hard truth. There was a path from here down to the town. During snowy days, people would tie red tape on the trees to mark the way home. But now she sees only white, no colors at all except the sunlight reflecting on the snow. The road home is gone. Stop! The road home is gone. Bro, I can't cry again.
Yes. This is
Trying not
still
to.
Rayashki.
This is still Rayashki! Stop it! Stop. Oh, Villa. Oh, man. Man. A moment later, she turns around. Let's go, children. It's getting cold out. It's time to go back.
Vila?
Is the visit over, Villa? Yes, it's over. Oh my god, look at her. She's so pretty. Bye, Rayashki.
Madam,
Mr. Nameday.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nameday. Just as we agreed yesterday, I will join the Foundation. You're more than welcome, but please, if you need, you can spend some more time here. Thank you. That's thoughtful of you. But it won't be necessary. Oh. Oh. I can't believe Rayashki's gone. Everyone is gone. It's awful. A song for the teacher.
Hey!
Look, a sea swallow. Ofkus holds a half-crumpled paper plane over his head, imitating a bird in flight. All those unsent letters is just the same as any other waste paper, the building materials for folding birds and frogs. That's not right. You shouldn't fold it this way. Use these math papers to make dotted frogs, the ones that can jump if you flick them. But we already have so many frogs.
No fighting!
Piotr. I wasn't. I'm just saying he used the wrong paper. It's okay, Pisano. We still have lots of paper. These seem nice. They aren't too crumply.
Comrade August, use this. Thank you, Comrade Nina. I think this sea swallow will do just fine. It's a little crumpled and looks a bit dirty. But these battle scars are like medals for a hero. Just like the one that saved our town.
Oh. I want to show it to Villa.
Vila.
Before his friends could answer, Ofkus is in full sprint toward the adults on the other end of the corridor. Noticing his coming, Villa opens her arms, but her duty as a teacher overrides her welcome. Don't run in the corridor, Comrade Ofkus.
What's wrong?
Look, see?
This is my sea swallow. It has been in many battles and flown for a long, long way. It's very tired and wants some rest. So I wanted to rest here with you. Oh, baby. The crumpled paper plane lands in Villa's palm. Oh, thank you, Comrade Ofkus.
It will be treated the way a heroic sea swallow deserves. I promise.
That.
Okay. What do you think? Perhaps it might like to rest in this notebook? Just like this. Sleep tight, little hero. Since you're here, Comrade Ofkus, I must confirm with you, are you all prepared to go to the SPDM? I can't believe they're going to that school.
I don't understand.
What do we need to prepare? I don't trust that school. You must have all the things you want to take with you and study your schedule so you will know where to go. Maybe Nina would like to know what the classroom there is like.
I have my friends, and that's all I need.
Oh, Ofkus. That's what Pasana said too. Very well. You're all brave little comrades. You will protect yourselves and each other, won't you? Miss Villa, I assure you, SPDM is one of the safest places in the world. Yeah, except with the guardhouse. You don't have to worry. Please do not put these kids in the guardhouse, I swear. Can you imagine, like, because little August has a tendency of, like, just running away and wandering off into the distance wherever the desire takes him? They'll put him in, like, one of the guardhouses? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I will raise hell. These children will need to learn how to protect themselves sooner or later. I'm only a teacher. I can't protect them forever.
Vila?
Villa, aren't you coming with us? Oh, but you're a Rusalka, so are you returning to the sea? Surprise jumps across Villa's face. Whoa.
What?
No, never. But will I be able to see you again if you turned into foam? Oh, stop! How could foam be turned back into Villa again?
No, that isn't so.
No, August, I won't turn into foam.
But
You said the Eternal Soul is just another name. You said you don't have it, and the princess didn't have it either. Basona said the Versalka princess turned into foam when she went to the sea. So then you will... Oh.
Kids,
I will not, August.
the Eternal Soul.
It's nothing. It's only a name, something that could be given to anything. It doesn't have a substance. You can't touch it or catch it. How can something you can't even touch turn me into foam? I haven't before, and I won't now. Anyway, I won't be going back to the sea. Then what is it? You said you can't be everything, but also nothing? Villa bends down, looking into August's confused eyes. Oh, cute!
I had the same thought at the beginning. That it could be anything I believed it to be.
Oh,
But maybe it didn't even exist at all.
that's cute.
I saw how barriers were broken and hate driven out from that town. That's why I thought our Ayashki was eternal, and the people
Aw.
were all good souls. But now, I understand that's not true.
Oh. What is true? You are. Oh! Me? Am I the Eternal Soul?
No, not you alone, but all of you. You are the next generation of Rayashki, the survival
Aw.
of our people and our dreams. A future that will not be altered or reversed. As long as we have you, those who sacrifice themselves will never truly die, and the Eternal Soul will continue to exist for us and for them.
Oh my god, Villa, you are so good at putting things into like perspective for little cute minds. So for me, the Eternal Soul is nothing and everything. Sounds a little like my arcane skill. Remember that sofa? I returned to a simple toy in only a few moments.
It's just a small trick, I'm afraid. Far from eternal.
Thanks for the example, Mr. Nameday. Well, I can see that Lil August is still very confused. Perhaps I made it too complicated. Did you understand what I mean, Comrade August? August doesn't reply immediately. With him, it is never easy to tell whether he's fallen back into his own little world, or if he's piecing together something brilliant.
But...
Oh. But if I can see it, how can it be nothing? What do you mean, August? I don't think anyone has ever seen a soul.
But
Oh.
I saw yours. It's golden like the sun.
That's so cute! Villa turns to the direction August is showing her. The morning sun has climbed high, spilling into the open corridor, and stretching the silhouette of Villa's body. Golden light surrounds her, outlining her shadow with a splash of warm yellow, a projection on sparkling sea. Oh. Then at the edge of her shadow, a familiar face. Oh, Windsong! Found her!
Miss Vila,
You're here, Miss Villa. Hug? Kiss? I'll take anything. A little August is here too, and a gentleman that I'm afraid I don't know. Hello to you too. Oh, hello, you must be Miss Windsong. Yes, that's right. I've come to prepare a lecture for the Far East Branch. Windsong! It is good to see you too, Miss Windsong. I'm certain that children will be happy that they can attend one of your lectures before they go to SPDM.
Now, let's go join the children, like we used to do.
Oh, man. I can't believe this. The end. That was it. That was all. That's so sad. Secrets of a Flood completed. I see. Salted Mandrake. What are these? Complete behind the scenes? I guess we can look at it. Survey. Observation. Oh, I guess it's just fights. I see. Well then, we won't do that for this video. Because all I really wanted to do was the anecdote, Villa's anecdote. But yeah, that was Villa's anecdote. Literally, just to tell me that the Rayashki is gone. Because of course it is. The storm spares no one, just like I said earlier. I'm so sad, man. I can't believe it. After all that, all the build up to like a hopeful and promising ending, they take it away because the storm is a thing. Which honestly, I have to commend again the writers for it, because it is like it really just shows you how terrifying this storm thing is. Because even like a place, like a little quiet town of Rayashki that built itself back up from rock bottom, ended this way. After all that, after all their sacrifices, after Yevgeny's sacrifice, after all of the people's sacrifices, like they all got hurt for Rayashki, for its freedom, it's gone. It's just gone. Like, does that mean Zeno is also gone? I don't think it is. I think Zeno's fine, but still. Man! I can't believe this. You know, I kind of wonder now if Rayashki would have been fine if they had agreed to Zeno's thing, but I don't know. Maybe Zeno's also gone. Who knows? I don't really know. Anyway, that's it for Villa's anecdote. So I'll see you guys when Windsong's anecdote is up. Alright, here we are, finally, with Windsong's character story, Silver Knots. It's been like 2 weeks, I think, since I played Villa's character story, and I'm only just getting to Windsong's right now, but that's okay. We are finally getting around to it with enough time to spare. But anyway, coat on, shake off that snow, hills and valleys, she has roamed, every step through high and low. The summaries that they always have for like these character stories are so nice. I really like it. But yeah, let's go ahead and read through this. And hopefully I haven't missed out on any event rewards, but if I have, then whoops. Anyway, queries in the hall. I'm excited. I feel like I want more Rayashki content, even though Rayashki literally just ended. Is this gonna be like a continuation from like Villa's story? Because that'd be cool. Oh,
Okay.
One,
All
2,
set.
3, and 4. Good. They're all here. Windsong sets aside the notes in her hands. It's still too early for anyone to have arrived at the lecture hall. It actually is. Cool. Because she's giving lectures in the Foundation.
This place feels colder than Rayashki.
Oh, it's so cold in here, and there's a different shade of gray to this place compared to Rayashki. Even the lines in this room seem sharp enough to slice off the tips of my fingers if I dared touch them. Her hand! Like just a random hand. Sorry, I was fascinated by it. She holds her wrist with her other hand in an attempt to steady its uncontrollable trembling. This always happens when she's nervous. Aw, poor Windsong. Now breathe, Windsong. She needs her girlfriend. I was about to say, like, she misses her girlfriend. Needs Villa for support, you know what I mean? She draws in a long breath, feeling the crisp air fill her lungs. It brings back a vivid memory. Oh, a vivid memory of Rayashki. Oh, here we go. It's time to make me sad again, I think. Oh, Rayashki. Are you leaving already, Comrade Windsong?
Yes.
I'm afraid so. Lots to do and so little time to do it. If everything goes smoothly, I might be able to return before the kids come back from the Foundation. Oh. Off for a publicity tour for Rayashki, eh? Make sure you tell them all about the wonderful things we have here. Oh! Yes, they must come and try our uka and the potato stew, too. Speaking of which, have you prepared anything for the road, Comrade Windsong? Oh! They're they're so nice. These words are like a signal. Oh god, that's too fast, please. Plethora packages are thrust into her arms. Oh, they care. That's so cute. Before long, her arms are filled with cheeses of all shapes and sizes. Oh, that's so sweet. I mean, I'm assuming like now that the Rayashiki, like the port is like open again, like they're no longer struggling as much, that they probably can't afford to like give that many. But you know how it was, right? Before before the story, like the event story progressed to like its end, it's like they basically had like so little that they had to like ration out their food and stuff like that. And the fact that they were like basically giving the good stuff, like the good food to like the kids, and everyone else was just eating potatoes. So it's like them giving her cheese, it's like, damn, they're so sweet.
Thank you so much.
This is a generous amount of cheese for one trip. Ha, I see what you're getting at. Of course, we can't have you eating nothing but cheese the whole time. Oh! More packages are shoved into her arms. Oh, you hear the cans. Beetroot, a large ham, a portable gas stove, damn, and a lonely wool sock? Hello? Why a wool sock? Take care, Comrade Windsong. Safe journey, Comrade Windsong. Oh, they're all saying goodbye. The steamship horn sounds echoing across the bay to the mountains in the distance. They stand tall and grey, the silent guardians of the town and its people. In the lingering echo of the horn, the ship departs from the dock. Windsong looks back at the shore. The people of Rayashiki are still there, waving to her. She manages to wave in return. Is this like the last time she sees them? Because that's really sad. Because after this, like the storm basically takes the entire town with it. Like even Vila was like not here, right? She's already with the kids at the foundation. The wind becomes more biting and the snow stings her face. She waves until the town and its people fade from sight and heads to the cabin with her luggage. Oh, bye. Goodbye, Rayashiki. She remembers traversing lands covered in snow and lush vegetation, passing the towering mountains and the open bay. She changed from ship to train, from train to car, and despite her best efforts to keep the cheese wrappers intact, they started to fall apart. It's just like her memories of Rayashiki. No! Her heart sinks at the thought of that little town, the entire place gone, and these cheeses, some of the last things left to prove it ever existed. She takes out one of the packages, takes a small bite, and carefully wraps it back up. Oh, Windsong. The music.
Windsong. Still believe you have a home to return to.
Oh, that's so sad. She already considers the Rayashiki home. Oh, and it's gone. She runs her fingers over the wrinkled wax paper. Me, like, about to cry. No, it's too early. It's literally chapter 1. She rubs her face and straightens up.
Forget about it.
Come on, not now. You've got a speech to give. Let's see, I'll start with a brief introduction of myself, then move on to the history of the study of ley lines, followed by, They may have some questions on environmental analysis for me, or perhaps they'll ask about the geological conditions in the Rayashiki. Better to keep the geologic map handy. Here it is. What else will they want to know? The nature of ley energy? That could be one. She hears some indistinct chatter coming from the end of the hallway. She stares at the door. The muffled arguments quickly become clearer, and soon 2 researchers in Laplace uniforms step aside. I actually don't know how to pronounce this. Laplace? Look, I don't want to be mean, but I brought this to you a long time ago. You were very... The argument comes to a sudden halt as they lay eyes on her.
Welcome, comrades.
Are you both here for the lecture? Please take a seat. Make yourselves comfortable. She gestures towards the chair, but one of them walks straight up to her. Are you giving a lecture today? Are you the lay hunter? Oh.
Yes.
What gave it away? You can call me Windsong. A lay hunter in real life. He leans toward her as if inspecting a specimen in a glass case. Before Windsong can react, he speaks again.
May I ask?
A few questions already? Why are you still studying ley lines? Whoa! Here we go again. Because she opens her notebook but provides her with no answer. That can't possibly be your major project, can it? So what is it then? Geology? Environmental planning? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! She's climbing up! Her only study has been and will always be that of ley lines. Only the study of ley lines?
Yes.
She's relieved that she can finally give a positive response. But the two researchers exchange a bewildered look.
But
Miss Windsong, I don't think there's much research or many studies concerning ley lines these days. Well, there aren't any if we're honest. Who's funding it? Are there any ongoing projects or publications?
I'm not sure, Dad.
I haven't seen any studies that included ley lines in their research. Is the study of ley lines considered a scientific discipline or more of an arcane one? Which journals or publishers do you usually send your papers to? I mean, these are valid questions. And what made you stick with it? These are a lot of questions, though. Windsong responds with a bitter smile. Well, it's a long story. She's about to tell the story of Rayashki, I hope. Let me drink some of my tea. She hears more footsteps coming down the hallway. Ooh, another researcher. Oh, and another. One after another, researchers file into the lecture hall. Windsong feels the curious eyes of some as they pass by. Most, however, take their seats quietly. Why don't you go join the others? We'll be starting any minute. The researcher nods and steps back from the podium. He finds a seat at the front, placing his notebook on the table before him. Windsong meets his eager eyes. Would you share with us how you got into this field of study? His friend also takes a seat in the first row. The murmurs lower as more and more are seated. Windsong takes a bracing breath and rings the bell on the podium. Ooh! The lights dim. All eyes are focused on her. Whoa, 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 whoa! Ow, ow, ow. Okay, I don't like that noise.
Welcome, comrades.
Fellow researchers, it is an honor to be here to share some ideas in the study of ley lines with you. The crowd responds with sparse clapping. My name is Windsong. I'm a ley hunter. Our topic today is the ley lines and environmental analysis, a geological survey of Rayashki. She taps the keyboard and the topic emerges on the projector screen. Some of you may have heard of the study of ley lines, while for others it may be a novelty. Although not a new discovery, ley lines are unfortunately given little attention in today's academia. Its study emerged in the early 20th century and for the next 50 years played an auxiliary role in other disciplines, geography, biology, and even applied physics. It helped many researchers in various fields, but its value in and of itself was underrated. It was a desperate time. That was until Comrade Tristan Lisov came along. He is the genius that every discipline dreams of having. In no more than 10 years, he brought the study to its peak.
The 21st century belongs to the study of ley lines,
He said. It was just like many other ley hunters, I was deeply encouraged by his words. Like a fire smoldering under the ashes, they got us through those hopeless times. Oh. She scans the faces lit by the projection screen, hoping to see their reactions. She notices the first researcher's face. His eyes are fixed on her as he tries to understand where the story is going. Oh. Okay. Would you share with us how you got into this field of study? Wow, he's still asking that question. Are we about to get backstory time? Before we get into more detail, I have a question for you all.
When it comes to a school of thought, who do you need more? Those that get the work done, or the ones that make it popular?
Ooh. Everyone's discussing it. Don't worry, take some time to think about it, and I'll come back to it at the end. As I said, I was enthralled by Lisov's enthusiasm and ambition and became a ley hunter. It was a remarkable time. Under his guidance, we all had unwavering faith in this discipline. Are we getting backstory? I would love that. Because we got a little bit of it in the Rayashki event, but I actually want her to go over it some more. Because, yeah, like, this is the picture. Like, I forgot to comment on this, but this is, like, we saw this CG art back in the Rayashki event, too, when they were going over her past. So it's like, I want more. I want more of it. More of the good times before they all left her behind. Top of the Ivory Tower. Sorry, I've been, like, forgetting to, like, read the title of the stages. A simple world is an ignorant one. You may have grown accustomed to its ignorance, so much so that you don't see it anymore, like how your brain filters the nose from your sight. Does it actually filter your... I mean, like, you see your nose? I guess, like, when you pay attention to it, you can kind of see your nose, but for the most part, you really don't see it, huh? Stretch your arms and legs, roll your neck, feel your blood flowing and your heart beating, and follow the passion within. At first, all you have are your primitive instincts. Whoa! Your senses are overwhelmed by the vastness of the world. There's so much information to be absorbed, it's scary but also intriguing. Ripples collide and rebound, overlap and intertwine. You can't ignore them anymore. You must find a way to communicate with them. But to where do they flow? Ooh, the heartbeat. Oh! Hello? Leylines Institute. Ooh, we are getting backstory. Oh no, Windsong! She opens her eyes to find herself kneeling on the marble floor. She hears people's voices and knows that she has come back to reality.
Yes.
Old Nicola. Don't move, stay where you are. Uh-oh. Oh no! She's so cute, look at her! But she was young.
No!
What have you done? Nothing! Nothing? The experiment's ruined thanks to you. And what did I say about the Electron ground state line? Why don't you just go to the admissions office and re-enroll as a novice? Perhaps if you do your studies again, you'll actually learn a thing or two. Bang! Uh-oh. Although muffled, his roaring continues on the other side of the door. Go! We're running this again. She stares at the door. He really does have a booming voice. I can still hear him as clear as day. Windsong. Yo, she seems a lot more chill back in the day, huh? She's still not used to the side effects of tracing ley lines. Oh, there he is. Don't take it to heart, Comrade Ekaterina. It's not personal. He's always been the loudest in the room. Ah, Professor. Professor Ivanov walks over and gives her a gentle pat on the shoulder.
Are you okay?
Oh. A janitor quickly arrives to clean up the mess on the floor. This is clearly not the first time this has happened. Oh my god. Windsong shakes her head, trying to clear her mind. Sorry, Professor. I was a bit lost in there. Don't worry. It wasn't easy for any of us on our first try. A good experience, though. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
I saw ley lines, each in different shapes and colors. Some were straight in rigid patterns, while others looked like a jumble of fibers. Were those ley lines? Look at all the ley lines. She extends a tentative finger into the air, tracing what she just saw.
Don't run before you can walk, Comrade Katerina.
Ooh. Remember, there could be serious consequences if we tamper with the ley lines without knowing their sources.
Sure.
Her voice. Yes, Professor Ivanov. Ivanov? Ivanov. I think it's Ivanov. She withdraws her hand, but she can still feel the energy of the lines swirling around her. Well, once you know every ley line by heart, you'll be able to play them like a heptachord. Do you remember what I said in class? Yes, we can briefly transform one thing into another by changing the attributes of their ley lines, but the object's nature remains unchanged. The study of ley lines is a discipline of observation, and the ley hunter's job is to observe, not to create, intervene, or impose our will on nature. So this is like why she can do the, like, she can create a wall, but it's like fake. But I mean, like, it doesn't last long or something like that.
But we might find a way out for others.
Oh? Never intervene. By revealing the hidden clues in nature, we can lead them to the right path. Oh? Lead them to the right path. She repeats his words under her breath. How many days and nights has she spent studying to become a lay hunter at this institute? All her efforts are finally paying off. I told you before, this is our last sample, the last one.
Help me!
Could you give me a hand, sir? My fingers seem to be stuck. The lab report, the lab report, the lab report! What are those ears on the sides of your head for? Decoration?
Yes.
The whiteboard. Bring it to room 302A. That guy is very lively, huh?
Still feeling strange, huh?
Everyone in this place is caught up with their own hectic schedules. You'll find your place in the institution once you've decided on your research topic. And when will that be, Professor? He shakes his head, still smiling. Take it easy, there's no need to rush. Besides, it seems your colleagues are still struggling to catch up with you, Comrade Ekaterina. He gestures behind her. A number of junior researchers are sprawled out in the hallway, lying or leaning in recovery from what they just experienced. At one end of the hallway, 2 medical staff quietly wheel one of them out on a stretcher. Oops! Are there any projects you find particularly interesting? The one on the Kolaria super deep borehole? Or maybe the Sverdlovsky? I have no idea how to pronounce this. Sverdlovsky, maybe? Reskiku? Those two are quite prominent. They're making good progress, and the higher ups are fairly supportive of them. I think they suit you well.
No.
No, I'm quite interested in that one. Are they still taking new members? Has it ever occurred to you that we have safety regulations to follow here? Ah, old Nick's project. Do you know what he's working on? Not really, but the pile of papers on his desk is impressive. Looks like the old guy's trying to build his own Tower of Babel. Don't you want to join one of the more high-profile projects? Windsong looks over at the researchers sitting in the opposite corner, each fully absorbed in their work. It's the most comfortable corner in the building, and the people sitting there are the true elites of the establishment. That one looks more fun. Windsong.
All right.
I guess she's always been kind of like a go-getter for the underdog stuff, like her being a lay hunter, and now she's like choosing to I guess make a research topic out of like the least popular one. I don't know what it is. I guess we'll about to find out. There will be a staff restructuring in 6 months. If you end up regretting your decision, there's still a chance we could put you in a different group. Not many people can put up with old Nick, you know? Why? Group meeting, room 105, 8 p.m. Well?
Who ley-lined my coffee into this thing?
Oh no! No one wants to admit such a basic mistake. The room falls into a deadly silence. Come on, which one of you rookies just messed with the ley lines in the room? It's probably her. I bet it's her. She tucks her hands behind her back.
I was expecting you.
Perfect timing, old Nick. Meet Comrade Ekaterina. She's going to fill the vacancy in your group. His sharp gaze locks onto her. Windsong feels as though nothing can escape his sight. That wasn't me. I mean the coffee, I think. Windsong senses a smirk lurking behind his beard.
Follow me, rookie.
Oh? Was she accepted? He turns on his heels and starts marching away. Windsong hastens to follow him, but Professor Ivanov calls out to her.
Comrade Ekaterina?
Oh?
Yes.
She turns back to face him. The professor stands beneath a huge portrait on the wall. It is the portrait of the founding father of their discipline, Tristan Lissov. In the portrait, Lissov casts a calm and confident gaze to the left, like he can already see the promise of future. Also, I thought Ivanov was Lissov, but I guess not. Sorry. my memory is not the best right now. The 21st century belongs to the study of ley lines. The motto is placed right beneath his portrait. It's the first thing anyone sees when they enter the building.
Welcome to the new world.
Our new world. Thank you, sir. Snapping back to the moment, Windsong's eyes turns to her professor again. Old Nick. Our new world. Finally, I can make a difference, broaden our understanding of ley lines, lead us into a new future. Cute! She gives a solemn nod. She swiftly turns around and rushes to catch up with Old Nick. Oh! Oh, to be continued, okay. I guess we'll see more. That's cool, we actually are getting her backstory. That's awesome, I love that. Parasites, alright. Interesting name. I really miss Rayashki, man. I know Rayashki just ended yesterday, but man, what a great event. I'm kind of glad that it took me forever to like play through Windsong's character story, because now it's like, because I miss Rayashki so much, it feels like I'm still in Rayashki, even though this is Windsong's past. But anyway, the time is 8:29. Ekaterina clocked in. Windsong tosses the pen aside. It dangles from the string attaching it to the sign-in board. Has it only been 3 months? It feels like twice as long. We're moving on to stage 3 today. Ooh, they're making progress. She yawns deeply. Yawning. She has no time to rest, but the drowsiness is only getting stronger. Ah, my jaw! Oh, I thought I dislocated it for a second. Ahem. He pinches the bridge of his nose in irritation.
Comrade Ekaterina.
Over here.
Yes.
Old Nicola aligns the papers on the desk and sets them aside. I've read your paper. Not too bad for a first draft. I've made a few notes that might be helpful to you. When did you leave the lab last night? A little after 2 AM, Comrade Nicola. I made sure to clock out before I left. Then, when can I see that lab report? Before the end of today. Today? I don't think so. Your schedule's packed. Is it? What am I going to do?
Pack your things.
Ooh?
Hmm?
Going on a field trip?
Why, Old Nick?
I thought you liked my paper. You can't just flip the switch and start hating me because I yawned a few times, or can you?
What did you just call me?
Uh-oh. Sorry, sir. Why do you think there's no one in the lab at this hour? Well... Oh. The researchers are all crowded in front of the notice board. The project bid results have been released. I completely forgot. Go take a look. You did well on that proposal. They'd be smart to have you on their list, and if they don't, you still have your spot on the Arctic expedition team. Have a look at mine for me too, if you're not too busy celebrating any good news, that is.
Sure.
Her voice is so soft. As a youngin'. Oh hey, it's the same hallway. I think. It kind of looks like the same hallway as the SPEDM. The board is layered with papers detailing old announcements. The latest one is pinned on top, listing the projects that have been granted national funding. Please, I have to get through, sorry. She can't see past the crowd in any direction.
Are you alright?
Yelena, ooh. Is that you, Comrade Ekaterina? Want a sip? It's vodka. You must have been put through a lot of working with Old Nick. I'm okay. Ouch, that's my foot. Sorry, comrade. The crowd pushes her around. She holds on to Yelena's sleeve to keep herself from falling. We're packed tighter than a can of sardines here. We shouldn't have come so early. Alright, let me see. Where's our Ekaterina's hamster project? Gerbils, Comrade Yelena. They're gerbils, not hamsters. Ooh. Yeah, I hear you. Gerbils. Gerbils. I don't see any gerbils here. Oh, there's your name. Oh, where's Tariga? More people push in, squeezing them out of the crowd. Windsong notices that most people who are already leaving have satisfied smiles on their faces. Clearly, they are content with the outcome. Can't be serious, Comrade Ekaterina. Maybe you got the destination wrong after staying up late all week. All the effort you put into that bid document just to be assigned to Tariga, the place where even vultures struggle to survive.
Yes.
I've read some interesting accounts about that place. It's calling out for exploration. Oh, she wants to go
So
there.
you'll ride the goat across the mountains to become a shaman queen in the wilderness?
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Ekaterina.
She would. Yelena dramatically buries her face in her hands, unable to fathom the hardship. Don't worry about me. Were you selected too?
Yes, I'm going to Frankfurt.
Ooh! Definitely an upgrade from Tariga. What's happening over there? Ah, it's Alexei and the boys. Seems like they won the bid too. Alexei? I thought he was working for... Oh, Ekaterina, you really should come to the pub with us more often. You've missed out on everything. He left the Colaria Super Deep Borehole project a while ago. Now he's his own boss, running a project with his own people. What's it called? Something like a leyline perspective of quantum field theory and its application in energy conversation. Oh my god, this is so long. Conversion and transmission. Oof, quite the mouthful. Thank you, Yelena. Quantum field theory, but we don't have an optical lab here. Where are they going to do the experiments? Who knows? I'm sure Alexei will find a way, you know, with help from his family. His old man wouldn't bat an eye at the bill required to build a new lab. You wait and see. With his articles getting published one after another, there's no doubt that he'll be made director of some department soon. And there is no other discipline that gets as much love from the journal editors as ours does. People put a lot of faith in ley lines, you see. This is crazy, because, like, it really seems like back in the day, ley lines was like the up and coming thing, you know? Like, it was coveted. It was admired. Everyone wants to do it. They're all like excited for it, like the possibilities, but after some time it just loses. It like hit rock bottom. But hopefully Windsong is able to turn it around with her foundation lectures and stuff like that. But people like old Nick can't stand when academics cut corners, so you never would have heard of any of this from him. I see your point, Comrade Yelena. I know what you're trying to say. The passion from the populace can sometimes be a threat to scientific rigor, but it also gives us an edge, don't you think? Do you remember that village we visited? The chief must be a Varangian? Stubborn guy. But even he granted us permission to explore near their village when we said we were ley hunters. Ooh! Yes, but that was because he wanted to see if there were gold mines or oil beneath their village. Yes, my dear Ekaterina, and we'd probably still be enjoying the saunas in their banya if you hadn't broken the truth to him so quickly. But let's not argue over the past. In the end, we successfully completed a task and gathered enough materials for the report, didn't we? It's true that the chief didn't get the news he wanted, but at least we secured our spots in the institute, and it was all thanks to that report. She recalls the chief's furious expression and piercing gaze. He had looked at them as if they were a pair of frauds. The memory sent shivers down her spine. Well, what are you going to do in Frankfurt then? There's a new project on hydrothermal mineral deposits, and I've had enough of the cold up here in the north. It's time to go somewhere warmer for a change. Sounds good. I heard they have some nice hot springs there. Maybe you can give them a try. Yelena gives a joyful smile. You always give the best advice,
I could bring you something back.
Katerina. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for any gifts. Oh. Sausages or some apple wine would be perfect. How about you? Would you like a bear cub from the north? A bear cub. You can spare me that one. Take care. We won't be seeing each other much for a while. They lightly touch cheeks and Windsong watches Yelena stride away. She realizes that the hallway has become quiet again. Having checked their results, the crowd has long gone. But Windsong has one more thing to check. Where is old Nick going? She doesn't see old Nick's name on the first page, so she flips to the next. Aww. And then the next, until she finally finds his project on the last sheet. Then she notices the yellowing papers beneath. Sustainable agriculture in developing countries, a ley line analysis, a ley line perspective, inefficiency in heavy industry and optimization, prospect and development, theory and applications. This is the work of every ley hunter in this institution. She runs her fingers along the pages, finally coming to a stop on the oldest one.
Here lies the history of ley lines.
She mutters to herself. So many people have tried so many things, and all at the same time, simultaneously exploring the possibilities of applying ley lines to all kinds of disciplines. But why? Most of these attempts seem to have only scratched the surface. She goes through them all again. Many of them were given up when the researchers encountered the first few obstacles. It's like they never even intended to dig deeper into the subject. 2, maybe 3? There are no more than 3 topics within the same area of research. Maybe they'll come back to them when they have more data. It's still a young subject after all. But so much talent and brainpower has been diverted to all these different areas. If we just worked together more, we'd probably have a wealth of knowledge by now. Oh, no wonder old Nick doesn't like it here. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sad that his project was the very last sheet. That's very sad. I hope he can get the recognition he deserves, but who knows? Given how ley lines ended up, that might not be what's gonna happen. Also, I'm just gonna go... Oh. 8 chapters, as expected. Tortoise and the Hare. Ooh. I love that. I love that folktale. As I drink more of my tea. Mountain Cabin, Tariga. The cold weather in Tariga clears all other thoughts from Windsong's mind, and the happenings of the Research Institute seem distant amid the snowy mountains. It's already the end of her 2nd month here. Oh, 2nd month. Today marks the 32nd day of our exploration. A new mine has been found at the pass of the mountain known by the locals as Bear Mountain. I can't stop shivering. No heating, no hot water. Tariga is cruel. I better ask the gatekeeper to bring me more firewood. She pulls the blankets tighter around her shoulders. Aside from that, she dips her pen in the ink bottle. We also found a group of critters, which the locals refer to as shamama, during our mining. After thoroughly examining their feathers and excrement and observing their habits and behaviors over a period of time, I believe these shamamas are a variant of long-extinct critters, the domovoi. With much effort, we have successfully relocated them to a new reservation. Oh.
Thank you, Sophia.
I wouldn't have been able to identify the shamamas without your help. She's writing to Sophia, a researcher who previously shared information about the critters local to Tariga with her. Their correspondence is piled high on the table. Oh, boy, that's already quite a stack. How many letters have we written? She pulls the letters closer to her and counts them one by one. Oh, there aren't a huge number, it's just that each of them is quite chunky. I totally get it, Sophia. Living in a place where the mailman can only come once a fortnight and cramming as much info into each letter as possible. That's really funny. I like the idea that they're literally just writing as much as they can with every letter and stuff like that, because like you never know when these letters are gonna reach their destination. Also, this just makes me think back to Vila's letters when she was writing to Rayashki, because she thought that there were still people to receive them, and name day was just like, is his name day? Oh my god, I forget that guy's name now. Shoot, I forget his name now, but that dude was just collecting them. It literally has been 2 weeks, huh? Oh my god, this is gonna bother me now. Hang on here. I don't think it's the server. I don't think it's name day. Shoot, I don't actually know. Oh no! Well, me like looking this up on Google right now, because I'm like, this is gonna bother me forever. I don't remember its name. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's actually really funny that I don't remember. I think it is name day though, right? Maybe? Oh man. Why am I struggling to find this out? My goodness. Oh no, I'm right. It is name day. Huh. I'm so glad I did not forget. Okay. Sorry for that detour. My attention span, it needed to be satisfied at that point in time, or else I would just be bothered the entire time. But anyway, let's keep going. But yeah, so before I totally forgot the point that I was trying to make, but it was literally just this whole thing is just reminding me of like when Vila was writing all these letters and Name Day was just collecting them. So here is Windsong writing letters and it's actually making it to their intended destinations, whereas Vila, they never got to where she wanted to send them to because they were all gone. We've never quite managed to squeeze our theories into just one page, have we? Today's letter, however, is concise. I've received news that my paper has been successfully published. Can't wait to catch up with you in Yakutsk. Upon writing the last word, she sets the letter aside to let the ink dry. Yakutsk, some say it's even colder than here, but oof. But Sophia and those Oveniks are there. Definitely worth a visit. Ovenik? Is that the name? Straightening up in her chair, she picks up one of the letters to check. Huh, funny, I've never noticed this. Oh. Dear Comrade Ekaterina, comma, regarding the critters you found. Dear Comrade, comma, in response to the previous questions on ley lines. Not exactly so glad to hear from you. Take care and stay warm. Yours faithfully, type are you, Sophia? Always straight to the point. If you wore a pair of thick glasses, you'd be a real Professor Stoneface. Amused by the thought, she folds the letter and puts it in a new envelope. Oh! Leave it at the door, please. And could I also get some more firewood? I have a letter for you, Comrade Ekaterina. Oh! A letter? Today? For me? From whom? The Leyline Institute.
Sure.
Thank you. A complaint letter about me?
Letter?
A complaint
about
letter?
Me?
Why? Frankfurt, Yelena? The old notice board, the smell of ink, and the conversation about sausages and apple wine suddenly come back to her. Could this have anything to do with her? The letter gives no direct answer. Oh no! Do you have anything to mail? If not, I'll leave you to your business. Ah, wait a moment, comrade. Is there a bus leaving for this address today? It's urgent. Oh no! Why a complaint letter? That's so weird. Yelena and Alexei stand in the office muttering to each other with grave expressions on their faces. Huh?
What on earth is going on, Comrade Yelena?
Oh, Yelena. I see. They immediately turn toward the sound. Oh, it's you, Ekaterina. Don't worry, I have everything under control. It won't cause you any trouble. Uh-oh.
Why?
Why was I on your bid document? We aren't even in the same group. Oh no! I was trying to secure more funding, so I listed you as a co-author on the report. I should have talked to you I should have talked to you first, but none of us would be in trouble if you hadn't filed the complaint to get back at me. Who? Some hotel owner in Frankfurt. He asked us to check if there were any gold mines between his hot spring. And did you promise him anything? Ekaterina, I didn't really promise him anything. Uh-oh. She stares at Yelena in both disappointment and anger. Don't give me that look, please, Ekaterina. I said I'd handle it carefully and make sure your reputation remains intact. Look, I made a mistake. I'll make it up to you. Take a look at this. It's different this time. There's really something worth studying. Comrade Tristan Lisov's just pointed us in a new direction. The ocean has limitless possibilities lying within it. Professor Vladimir Ivanov is also on board, and he hopes you can join us too. Uh-oh. Well, what's there to investigate? Oil and gas? Mapping continental shelves? They hardly make a strong research topic, and you certainly don't need so many lay hunters to research them. Ooh, Alexei. Wait, don't you want to meet Comrade Lisov in person? You don't get to meet the experts from the Academy of Sciences every day. Make a good impression and it might help with your future funding, you never know. He's right, Ekaterina. Let's go together, shall we? I owe you one after all this. The ocean? It's all about seizing the right opportunity, and trust me, Ekaterina, this is it. No, Yelena, listen. Yelena continues to speak, but Windsong only finds her voice increasingly unbearable. Yelena! She throws the letter to Yelena's feet. Could you just take one moment and think this through? Is this really the right thing to do? Yelena exchanges a helpless look with Alexei. What do you want to do then? Windsong opens her mouth. All of a sudden, she hesitates.
I just want to focus on my project.
Oh, Windsong. No novel ideas and directions, no fawning over well-connected people. She looks straight into their eyes. They are wide with surprise. Good luck finding someone who shares your vision. Do you really mean that, Comrade Ekaterina? Old Nick doesn't know any better. The silence among them becomes stifling. You can't stay in your little bubble forever. There's a lot happening out there, and you can't escape from it by wandering in the wilderness. Do you have any idea how hard it is to publish a paper these days? You've got to earn Professor Ivanov's trust to win him over, then he'll bring up your name to Dean Lissov, or maybe introduce you to him in person. Getting there requires talent, wealth, and social skills, otherwise, who knows how long your paper will sit at the bottom of their drawer. Well, maybe not that long. Someone else will probably beat you to publishing your idea. Old Nick never warned me about any of this.
That's why old Nick is always old Nick.
Oh.
Not Professor Nikola.
That's so
Director
sad.
Nikola.
That's actually really sad. He's never been credited as the first author of a paper. No, this is a sheer violation of academic integrity. Academic integrity? What's the point of valuing integrity if the subject barely exists anymore? We've found no new theories, theorems, or laws. We've just been verifying the existing ones, telling the world what it already knows. No one knows the subject better than we do, and we all know there's nothing sophisticated about it. At best, it's just a tool serving other subjects.
You must understand that better than any of us.
Whoa. With just a slight turn of her head, Windsong can see the notice board beside them. She remembers those projects, the history written on the fragile, yellowed papers.
No.
I've made up my mind. I don't want to be part of this. And please don't add my name to any more of your lists, Comrade Yelena.
Wait.
Wait, Ekaterina. You can't just leave. What is it?
What if...
If you insist on not participating, you have to tell the professor yourself.
Fine.
I'll talk to him. Damn! I can't believe she let off Yelena so easily. Goddamn, I would not have if someone got me in trouble like that. Damn. Come in. Sir, is it a good time?
I was expecting you.
Your paper on Seriga was truly impressive, a valuable case study indeed. Putting the journal aside, Professor Ivanov greets her with a warm smile. Comrade Tristan Lissov has also read your paper. He told me he's looking forward to seeing more of your work on the upcoming project. That is why you're here, is it not? Rip. He gestures to the chair across the table, then pours some tea into the cup in front of it. She's about to tell him no. Yes, sir, I appreciate you and Comrade Lissov's recognition of my work, but I won't be joining you in this new project.
Why?
It's a good opportunity. He pauses, still holding a teapot in his hands. I understand that, but I've decided on my next topic. She hands him a crumpled envelope. The professor pulls out a thick stack of papers from it.
What is this?
He takes the glasses from his pocket, puts them on, and peers at the letter. His eyebrows knit together as he reads, his eyes scanning from left to right. After a moment, he puts the letter down. Ovanik? Yes, sir. I like how she hyperfixates on something and then she doesn't want to stray from it. That's that respect. So much respect right there. He takes on a somber countenance. Comrade Ekaterina, I trust you to be the person of reason. There's simply no other project more promising than the Ocean Project. It's led by the founding father of our subject. Anyone who writes a paper under him will undoubtedly take a significant step up the academic ladder. Yes, I have no doubt about that.
Why?
Then why would you give up such a valuable opportunity and choose to work in the north with some nobody instead? Valuable. Yakutsu... Yakutsu... I really don't know how to pronounce these words, I'm so sorry. Has its value too, sir. Yes, an interdisciplinary study on critter ecology. That could be interesting, but...
What will that project give you?
You're on the upswing of your career thanks to your paper on Saiga. It's the perfect time to build connections in academia. But what you have here doesn't look optimistic to me. You're a smart girl, Ekaterina. Act like one. Connections? Is that what this project is for? Do you genuinely believe it's good for my career, or are you just trying to keep everyone in line? Whoa. For a moment, the professor seems puzzled.
Comrade Ekaterina?
If you really want to advance in this field, you'll find yourself at a disadvantage if you haven't participated in any projects primarily focused on ley lines. You know as well as I do that there hasn't been a ley line project as significant as this one since 1982. If this project succeeds, the credibility of the study of ley lines will skyrocket, as will the recognition of the researchers who have contributed to it. With all due respect, sir, all I see is a group of people who share the same passion for meeting Comrade Lissa. Credibility doesn't seem to interest them at all that much. I don't see any diligence here, just a thirst for fame.
Your valuations are all wrong, Professor.
Damn! Called out. The professor simply shrugs at her sharp comments. You know what? You know what strikes me too as interesting is the fact that she is like so much more outspoken, like back when she was younger, before like the I guess the downfall of ley line research and ley line studies and stuff like that. It's so cool. It's so cool to see her like as actually feisty and stuff like that, and like someone who will get in your face if she disagrees with you, because you kind of see a little bit of it in the Rayashiki event too. Not much, because she was definitely like, you know, worn down and whatnot, but she's very, very cool here. I really like her. Alright. To tell the truth, I felt the same way when I was a young researcher myself, Ekaterina. I still remember my first meeting with Comrade Lissov. My mentor gave me a fancy foreign magazine to bring along as a gift. I was terrified. It wasn't easy to get one of those back then, and I could tell it was expensive. But Comrade Lissov was very kind to me. We talked like old friends. He appreciated the magazine and introduced me to many other researchers in the following years. It's a much faster way to find your footing in this circle than publishing papers year after year. You have to understand that if he agrees to endorse your research and introduce you to his connections, you'll effectively have his reputation added on to yours. Hang on, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, there it is. People will hold you in higher regard because of it. I'm like... Yo, this is actually a pretty long, story, huh? You'll be able to research whatever topic you'd like, and people will come to you for collaboration instead of you groveling to them for a job. Don't overthink it. Oh man,
It's
the
simply a
downsides of
social
academia.
obligation. No different from greeting your neighbors when you move to a new community.
You know, like when it comes, like when something that you're super passionate about and it turns into like basically a, I don't know, like a display of like whoever can give the most compliments or like hype up another person. Like, you know, it's kind of like it really does kind of feel like disingenuous. Like I totally get what what Windsong, like where Windsong is coming from here, because all she really cares about is the research. She just wants to do her thing. She wants to do her project. She wants to study it to like the best of her abilities and like make sure it succeeds. She doesn't really care about like all the fame and then the connections that come along with it. Like she doesn't really care to like, you know, use others as stepping stones to further her career. She wants her work to speak for itself. So I totally get where she's coming from. It's really cool. I really like that we see a little bit of that still, like in when she's all grown up in the Rayashki event, because she's literally like the last one left who was who believed in the ley line study, right? Like we wouldn't have, like the Rayashki event wouldn't have turned out the way it did if Windsong had not stuck with her belief that ley line studies is worth it. You know what I mean? Because to her, it's literally just about the project, like the subject. It's the subject matter itself. It doesn't matter. Like she doesn't care about all the noise that comes along with it. But anyway, it's simply a social obligation, no different from greeting your. Oh wait, no, he already said this. Don't let emotions blind you, Comrade Ekaterina. Trust me now, and you'll see its rationale in the years to come. It's wisest to leave this project of yours be. He folds up the letter, puts it back into the envelope, and goes to toss it in the paper. Whoa! I can't believe he tossed it! Excuse you? That's her paper! She snatches the envelope from his hand. Oh, thank God. Sorry, sir. It's not just an invitation letter. My experiment data's in there, too. Will you join us, then? No! Don't join him! The look on her face answers his question. You still don't understand. The sea breeze may be refreshing, Professor Ivanov, but only the northern mountain wind can cool this hothead. Oh, Windsong. He sighs, looking down at his empty hands. He places them on the desk in resignation.
All right.
You have ambition. That's good. If I had a goal as clear as yours in my 20s, I wouldn't have listened to a word anyone said either. And now I'm much too old to pursue any ambitions.
Off you go, Yekaterina. You're still young and free.
Damn. He gestures toward the door. Thank you, Professor. Too disappointed to say anything else, he just nods in response. Oh. Goodbye. Much respect to her. He tried. But Windsong is just, you know, set in her ways. It's really cute. Alright, the researcher in the snow. Yeah, 4 more chapters left. Yeah, this is like, I feel like this is much longer than Villa's story. Or maybe I just went by Villa's story a lot faster? Maybe I'm yapping more. I don't know. I don't remember. It's an ordinary morning in Lesnaya Forest, located in the coldest part of Yakutsk. A branch from a nearby tree breaks under the weight of the snow, sending a cascade of glistening flakes to the ground. A snowy owl turns its head, its large round eyes fixed on the figures in the snow.
Sophia?
Shh.
Ooh.
You found them.
Ooh. The number of Oveniks in the area has reached the minimum viable population size you calculated. That was just a rough calculation. We didn't have enough data about them, so I used the data of a similar species. We'll need more information to run a more accurate calculation. It's already October. It's minus 30 degrees right now. Sophia blinks, her eyelashes coated with white frost. Even if you can make a fire through the arcane skills to keep us warm, all the roads are still blocked. As she speaks, her eyes are fixed on the Oveniks playing in the snow. I think they'll survive until May. How long have we been here? 3 months.
Thanks to your help, the project is progressing much faster than expected.
And in the time we've located their nests, investigated the surroundings, and had a model established. Nope. That the noise they make? And startled by the sound, numerous birds take flight and the Oveniks scramble back to their cave. Who's sawing wood in this weather? Oh! The local sawmill, of course. Oh! Having suddenly thought up a new idea, Windsong starts scribbling on her map. The forest falls into silence again. But the silence comes too suddenly. They are immediately alert. Not far from them, behind a pile of snow-covered branches, the head of a white wolf emerges. Uh-oh!
Sophia?
Sophia, look. Stay low. The white wolf leaps over the wood. Oh! I was actually wondering, because like when they talked, it looked like the font was smaller to indicate whispering. It is clearly starving. Each rib is visible beneath its fur. Oh no! This poor wolf! It sniffs at the cave's opening, its tail gently brushing the ground. It's looking for food. It won't fit through the burrow's entrance. They watch the white wolf in the distance, neither one daring to move. The wolf continues to pace around the cave. It has caught the scent of the Obinix within. Oh boy! At its command, more wolves emerge through the snow. They gather before the cave, and the white wolf starts digging. Oh no! The other wolves patrol the area, apparently looking for any other entrances to the burrow. Don't? She pushes Windsong back down. The white wolf has already made a hole the size of its upper body.
No.
No? Once again, she places her hand on Windsong's shoulder. The wolves will get them! A sudden commotion interrupts their hushed argument, and Ovenik dashes out of the burrow and springs onto the white wolf. Oh no! Cute! The sound is cute, but I know it's like sad right now. The white wolf howls in rage. It dives to avoid the hit and bites the Ovenik on the shoulder. The two roll over in the snow. More wolves circle around, pushing and nipping at the Ovenik. Soon enough, it is dripping with blood. Oh no! We can't just stay back and watch this happen. Before Sophia can react, Windsong jumps up and charges toward the wolf pack. Ooh! The whimper. You're not helping, you know. Sophia has also rushed over. She walks straight past Windsong, kneels before the wounded Ovenik, and checks on his injuries. I didn't harm any of the wolves. The worried look on Sophia's face makes her a little uneasy. We should head back. We really shouldn't leave any human scent here. They follow the gentle cooing to the burrow. A fluffy head pops out from the hole dug by the white wolf. Is that a cub? Oh. Enraptured, Windsong turns to Sophia, only to find tears in her eyes. Stop here. She catches Windsong's coat, stopping her from moving any further.
No.
We can't go any closer. We mustn't cross the line. Frightened by her gaze, the cub quickly dives back into the burrow and vanishes from their sight. Shall we go? She nods, casting one last glance at the burrow. Let's go home. Ooh! Close encounter! Oh! Forest cabin. This is a really cozy looking cabin. The cabin is warm and quiet, only the crackling of fire and the sound of Windsong scribbling fill the air. There is also the occasional sound of Sophia flipping through papers.
Sophia?
Do we have any bear grease left? My fingers are horribly itchy. Still caught up in the excitement of learning about the cub, she draws a tiny Ovenik on the map next to where they found it. Sophia puts down the papers and fetches her a jar of white salve. Don't you Arcanists have some kind of magic ointment? You know, ones that heal frostbite and such within seconds? Probably, but I don't know much about them, to be honest. Sometimes human medicines are more effective. Can't ley lines make frostbite disappear? No, they can't change the fact. Then you really shouldn't have taken your gloves out there. Oh, she takes some grease from the jar and starts slathering it on the back of Windsong's frostbitten hands. Still trying to master the art of sketching with gloves on. And let's face it, if we hadn't written down all the information on the spot, we'd still be clueless about their migration patterns. She pushes the sketch over to Sophia. Here, this is the latest illustration depicting the late energy of this group of Oveniks. She takes out another piece of paper. And this is the graph we drew 3 months ago. As you can see, the population significantly increased and some of them have started breeding. We've made pretty significant progress in maintaining the sanctuary, but there's still a lot to be done. She points at the map, but quickly pulls back her finger, realizing there is still grease on it. The spot over there, yes, that's the lumber yard. It used to be part of the conservation area, but apparently not anymore. How long has the sawmill been there? Sophia puts the newspaper down on the table. This newspaper's from last week. Where's the latest one?
Comrade Yekaterina.
Can't be serious. The ranger only goes to town once a week for supplies. All the newspapers we have are a week old. We've been here for months. Did you seriously not notice all this time? She looks at Windsong with a hint of confusion. You do seem to care very little about the outside world. You've barely mentioned it since we entered the forest. I was totally caught up with those Oveniks, so...
They seem to be all you ever want to focus on.
Ooh? Throughout this conversation, Windsong has been absent-mindedly drawing it on paper. It's already October, Sophia. How much longer do you plan to stay here? My work here isn't done yet. With the rate of human expansion in the area, it won't be long before they encroach on the Oveniks' territory. If I leave now, I'm worried the Oveniks will be left vulnerable. I'm planning to set up a new conservation area in the spring, in a place where they and humans won't get in each other's way. Then I'll have to make sure they settle in well. So that'll be about a year from now.
What about you, Yekaterina?
Wow, a year! She's planning on staying here for a year again. Damn. Windsong rests her chin on her palm, falling silent. I'll have to go back to the institute once my paper's done. If it gets published, people will learn about the critters here and maybe some will come lend a hand. Just like they did in Tariga. That would be just the help I need. She walks to the window and looks at the snow outside. The ranger told us that we had to leave in 2 days. They're closing off the area for winter. 3 months, I doubt much has changed back home. Following Sophia's gaze, Windsong peers out the window and scans the distant mountains. I wonder if it's already started snowing at the institute. Interesting. After the bubble bursts. All right. Watch out! Make way, please. Removal worker? What? Windsong stands frozen in the entryway. She cannot fathom what she's seeing. With solemn looks on their faces, the police officers before her are carrying equipment out of the building. Oh no! And loading them one after another onto their truck. Oh no, she's coming back to this. 3 months and this is what happened. What's going on? Comrade Yelena? Comrade Alexei? What's happening here?
Why?
Why are the police confiscating our equipment and why does everyone look so sullen? You're back, Ekaterina. How are your little critters? Looking weary, Yelena forces a smile. Couldn't be better. The paper's finished and I've sent it off to the editors. Where is everyone? Yelena and Alexei exchange a glance. Haven't you heard?
The study of ley lines is no more.
Ooh, there it is. No more? Alexei silently hands her a journal. National Nature Studies. Windsong submitted the paper to them not long ago. What am I looking for exactly? What happened to this page? As she flips through the journal, she finds 2 pages stuck together by red paint. All she can make out are the features of a familiar face on an unglued edge of the page. Tristan Lissel?
I'm sorry.
Give me a minute. There should be a copy or 2 that they missed. Corruption, bullying, fraud. He's guilty of all of them. Oh, sure. Sorry, I hit my desk. So that's why it fell apart? Oh my god, wait, I'm like trying to remember because my memory's awful. I'm like, was this covered in the event? I don't think so. I think this is the first mention of it. So that's why it fell apart! I was literally just talking about this too. Earlier on. About how, well, it wasn't really related, but it was like about how like, the project that they were all trying to get Windsong to join was just, you know, just people hyping each other up and not really so much about the research itself, but more so like what they can offer each other as like connections and whatnot. But yeah, damn! Yelena shrugs helplessly. Windsong takes the other copy from Alexei. In an abuse of his authority, Lysov manipulated open bidding, misappropriated funds from research projects, and gained millions of rubles in personal profit. His reputation was built on intimidation and coercion rather than academic merit. Whoopsie! Through manipulating experiments and tampering with the results, he secured various awards for himself. But why would this affect the entire institute? Good question, actually. When this story came out, every project related to ley lines was put on hold and subjected to investigation. The institute's currently in a state of suspension. Have you heard from the editors? No publisher will accept any journal articles on ley lines now. All the editors and reviewers who ever publish a paper on ley lines are also under investigation. We'll probably hear more about them in the coming days. Criticisms are all over the news. People are arguing against and even condemning the study of ley lines. What about the ocean project? The Bureau of Geology's taken it over. What about Professor Ivanov and his research? He's also been taken away for investigation. There was a joint complaint against him from some researchers here. I'm sure his investors weren't too happy about it. Yelena and I are leaving too. There's no point in wasting more time here. Ekaterina, I suggest you do the same and find something better to do. You see those old foggies over there? He points to the corner of the room. A few researchers are in a quiet discussion, each with a serious look on their face. They're staying. I guess they just can't accept the reality of the situation. You don't want to end up like them, do you? Me, like, trying to remember, was Alexei and Sophia the people from the flashback that we got? I don't think so, but... Ekaterina? Is Ekaterina back? Windsong strides over to him, a mix of excitement and confusion swelling in her chest. She hears a gentle voice coming from the other end of the call. Oh? Hello, is this Comrade Ekaterina?
Yes.
Who's this? Comrade Ekaterina, this is a call from the National Nature Studies. Thank you for submitting your work to us. But we regret to inform you that your paper didn't meet our requirements for publication. Windsong looks at Yelena and Alexei, who seem to already know what the call is about. They both shrug.
Why?
Why is that? I wasn't aware there were any new requirements. Firstly, we were unable to verify the accuracy of the data. Secondly, we are currently discussing whether we will continue to publish essays related to the study of ley lines. In the meantime, you may approach other publishers for consideration. You'll hear more from us once the decision is finalized. We wish you all the best. Goodbye. Before she can answer, the lady hangs up. Winston slowly drops the receiver away from her ear, but she doesn't put it down. She is too lost in thought. Unable to verify the data, considering other publishers. Academic circles no longer acknowledge the study of ley lines, and ley hunters are no longer considered to be scientists, only arcanists. They said that it's extremely shallow, even as an arcane subject. They said it amounts to nothing more than some colorful lines and fails to offer a substantial interpretation of any phenomena. But who would claim their subject to be the only answer to all the mysteries of the world? Damn! The ley hunters walk back to his corner. Yelena comes over and gives Windsong a gentle pat on the shoulder. She takes the receiver out of her hand and gently returns it to the phone. Windsong just stands there, a blank expression on her face.
Why?
How did we end up like this? Aha! Many things had to be fixed at that time. Okay, so they were them. I was like, why is this guy so familiar? Because when I saw his portrait, I was like, he looks so familiar. But now it makes all the sense. He was part of this little CG art with Yelena. Many things had to be fixed at the time, and even more needed to be closed. I had to stay at the institute for a while. Some colleagues were held by the authorities for academic misconduct and subjected to punishment and re-education. Some left because there were no longer enough funds to support their day-to-day lives. That included Yelena and Alexei. Yelena found a new job as a typist while Alexei returned to his hometown and worked in his father's factory. They both expressed regret at having ever studied ley lines. Aww. Outside the institute, ley hunters are seen as cult members or even worse, frauds. This is cool! We actually finally got the actual full story of the CG. Let's see. Even though it's really sad. They really can't wait, can they? To let us into a cannon blast and blast us into obscurity. Where's old Nick? Without any prior notice, on an otherwise ordinary Monday, the property lease of the institute expired. It wasn't until Windsong passed the blockade and walked to the door of the institute that she saw the eviction notice. Looks like the director's wallet is finally as empty as mine. In the past few weeks, she has lived a life much like everyone else at the institute, waiting for the letters, waiting for replies, anticipating calls, and submitting evidence to validate her research. But today is a little different. Yeah, where's old Nick? Where'd he go? Please hold on a second. Yes, is there anything else you need? We're planning to move. Please write me back at the new address. I'll make sure to include it in the letter. I will. Have a good day. Damn. Windsong puts the phone down. For a moment, she wonders if she had even just conversed with a real person. The words spoken were calm and polite, but also cruel and cold. There he is! Is there anything else you need to pack, Ekaterina? Not really, Director. Give me a break. You know I didn't become the director by choice. I'd rather sit behind bars than deal with the administrative work. But you do deserve the title, sir. It's more of a burden than anything. I have an of you old fool. Maybe I should just hand in my resignation and let you take the reins. You'll be the youngest ever director of the Leyline Institute, a promising young woman. Whoa, no, let's not get too crazy. She waves her hands in protest. A few people come down the stairs and pass by them. They all wear a gloomy expression. Come, hop on my bike. I'll give you a lift to the new office. It's quite a walk from here. They walk to the exit together. They notice the notice board catches Windsong's eye as they pass it. Give me a second. Oh, is she gonna grab like the previous topics? She approaches the notice board and reaches out a hand. Why? You want to take it with you?
Yes.
Oh.
We haven't gotten new bulletins here for a very long time.
Look at these. They seem a lot more sensational than I remember. It's almost comical. Windsong gently runs her fingers across the board. The paint is starting to peel, exposing the moldy black wood beneath it. I never noticed how worn this thing was. Oh, isn't it funny how things seem to decay faster when they're left unnoticed? I read about it in a book of Chinese philosophy, this little trick that time plays on us. Windsong grabs both edges of the bulletin board and looks at old Nicola.
No.
Don't look at me. My back is even more fragile than my ego. Are you really going to just leave it there? Leave it here? Look, your old project's still on it. She points at the old announcements. Everything still feels so vivid in their minds, as if it happened just yesterday. But to old Nicola, they are now a painful memory. It may have been a project to you or me, but to Lissop, it was just another way to line his pockets. Oh, poor Nick, old Nick. Nevertheless, he bends down and lifts the other end of it. Oh, he's so good. It isn't easy to carry a big wooden board down the icy street, but slipping and sliding, they finally make it to the office. Oh god. Evgeny's office. Hello. That's fine. They're free to like reuse the same CGs. They're beautiful. This place doesn't look very new to me. She looks around the office as she drags the board inside. The board won't even fit in here. We'll have to move the table to the side to close the door. Lock. Where's that water dripping from? The shabby office is filled with aging furniture and there's mold growing along the wall. Ooh, clearly water is dripping from somewhere. Oh, that's gross. This is the best place we can afford now. It'll feel like home soon enough, Ekaterina. Windsong leans her head back, trying to figure out where the leak is coming from. Will this leak be included in our water bill? I don't think so. Then that's good enough for me. She rolls her neck, sits down at the desk, and looks for the telephone. Just 3 steps from my seat. Good. The telephone sitting on the filing cabinet is covered in a thick layer of dust. Windsong doubts if it still works. Well, can't ask for too much right now. She wipes the dust off the desktop and turns on the incandescent lamp sitting on it. Director, could we have a word with you, please? With a gentle knock on the door, 2 researchers pop their heads in. Old Nicola leaves the room, but returns quickly.
They left.
They left, like everyone else. Oh, rip. Yeah, I could hear you from here. Is it just the 2 of them now? The farewells are much calmer than she anticipated. She opens her notebook, squinting from the bright lamp light reflected off the pages. That corner over there is one wet day from being a mold farm. It won't be long before mushrooms start growing in our lungs. Ew! Could you be a little more professional, Comrade Ekaterina? The fungi will only give you pneumonia, not lung mushrooms. Windsong lets out a long sigh. Do you think there's still hope for us, Comrade Nicola? His pen stops at the question. Comrade Nicola? Are you still working on that Yakut's paper?
Yes.
Oh, she is? She's so diligent. It's been going back and forth between me and the editors for a while now. First they questioned my data, so I submitted my original report. Then they questioned my methods, so I sent them all I have, the raw data, the experiment notes, everything, and they still have doubts about it. I had to request a peer review, but everyone who used to study ley lines is gone. In the end, they just told me they would no longer consider any submissions from the study of ley lines. Aww, she leans back in the creaking chair, rubbing her eyes with the back of her hands. I just need one chance, one publisher to have faith in me. That'll dispel all the fear and suspicion. But none of them are willing to give me a shot. All this effort, will I ever see one of my papers get published again? Will people come back to study ley lines? I can't believe she hung on to this hope for so long. Because she literally is saying all of the same things that she said in like the Farewell to Rayashki event. God, Windsong is so good, man. I love Windsong. You already know the answer, Ekaterina. You just don't want to admit it. But she was the old fool that still believed in the study of ley lines, you know? How could I possibly admit such a thing? Don't you refuse to give up too, old Nick? After all, we're the only 2 left. What did you
just call me?
Does he not like being called that? Director? Oh, come on. They both try to keep a cheerful atmosphere, but like the mold, their gloom seems to have permeated every corner of the room. Oh. They're trying so hard. I don't know, Ekaterina. Perhaps they'll accept your paper next time, or the time after that. Perhaps you'll find yourself in the only one left in this room. That's him saying that he's also gonna leave! Windsong pulls her hands away from her eyes, her vision blurry from all the rubbing. When she sees the room clearly again, old Nick is nowhere to be found. An icy wind slithers into the room through the gap beneath the door. She sees a shadow standing on the other side. Eh? I've told you hundreds of times that you need a new lighter, old Nick. She sets down her pen and relaxes her shoulders.
This drafty old dump. It's always so cold in here.
He never came back to the office, nor did he call, so I never had a chance to tell him that I received 2 letters addressed to him. Both, unsurprisingly, were rejection letters. Aww, that's so sad. I'm not sure I would have had the courage to tell him if he ever had shown up, because if he had, he might never have come back again. Regardless, he never came back in the first place. She's abandoned! She's all alone. So that's how she ended up, by herself. Aw, Windsong. Windsong, you've been through so much. I'm so freaking glad that by the end of this, like by the end of the Rayashki, she found like a place to call home. Even though she lost everyone still. But she has Avgus, she has Vila, she has Piotr, you know, she has Nina. She has the kids. She has them. But damn. Oh, I forgot to read the name. The Night Keeper. There we go. I'd lost count of the number of rejection letters I had received. I had long since run out of money and had been sleeping in the office for some time. That was my last day at the institute. It's hard to say what the final straw was. Maybe it was my last coin dropping down through the sewer grate, or the ink freezing because I added too much water to it. Or maybe because there wasn't a publisher left that I hadn't tried to contact. Regardless, there came a time when I decided that if I got one more rejection letter, I'd leave that place for good. Aww. I waited and waited, you know. Silence is its own message. That's so sad. Windsong leans her elbows on the table. The room still smells of mold and damp. That cannot be good for her. Like, she's literally just sitting in this old, dumpy, damp office. She gets to her feet. There's nothing better to do anyway. She paces around the room and she passes the bulletin notice board away. Worry washes over her. What is she going to do with it? Is Katerina here? I have a letter for her. The mailman's voice rings from outside the door. Windsong's heart sinks. She doesn't move, reluctant to see the contents of the letter. It is slid through the gap under the door. She picks it up and opens it, just as she has done hundreds of times before. Thank you for your submitting. We regret to inform you. Best regards. No need to read the rest. She examines the ink. It's clear it comes from a high-quality printing machine. She already has a huge pile of letters of the same quality. This place is nothing but a ghost town, the shadow of a great era. A sudden rage boils up in her chest. She smashes the letter onto the board. So this is it. She strides back to her table and whips out the rest of the letters. Windsong. This is where it dies. Oh, Windsong. She slams another. The 21st century belongs to the study of ley lines. Come out and say it to my face, you traitor. I was like waiting for her to like actually get mad because I was like shocked that she stuck around this for so long without like actually losing her mind. But there it is. All that boasting about ley lines and quantum physics, hot springs, and the Great Ocean Project. Her rejection letters now covered the entire board, completely hiding the bulletins announcing those once glorious projects. You should be the one to swallow this bitter pill. These rejection letters should have been yours, not mine. But it is her name that is written on every letter. Oh, exhausted, she collapses onto the floor.
Not mine.
Oh, Windsong. She really believed in this subject, in the ley lines. Tears well in her eyes and fall on the paper in her hand. All of us researchers, all the people dedicated to the study of ley lines, put so much time and effort into our work, and now we're all forced to either move on or starve to death. She tightly grips the letter in her fist, along with the two addressed to old Nicholas. If we hadn't had people who were willing to attend social events and academic meetings, we never would have gained respect in academia. But now they're all in jail and our reputation is utterly ruined. She looks around at the dilapidated office. It's nothing like those once bustling and prosperous days. We're certainly not the only discipline controlled by bullies and scholars undeserving of their status, so why were we the only discipline to be brought down by this? Because... oh, Windsong. It's too cruel to say it. Neither the people who bury themselves in research nor the people who popularize it can save it. She sits on the floor, her palms still throbbing from being slammed against the bulletin board. Then how am I going to turn the tide? For a long time, she just sits there paying no attention to the mold on the floor or the ruptured floorboards. She hates to just leave, but what else can she do? She looks up at the notice board that is now towering over her.
Let the study of ley lines end here, in this cold pit, to die with my career.
Oh, Windsong. She stares at it until her eyes are completely dry, unable to shed any more tears. I can't do this anymore. As the light in the room dims, she drifts into sleep. That's so sad. Poor Windsong. Oh.
Hmm?
Oh. She quickly scrambles to her feet. She isn't dreaming, it's the telephone ringing. She wipes her face on her sleeves and picks up the phone.
Hello, is that Miss Ekaterina?
Oh?
It's me.
Who's calling? Is that the editor? She holds the phone tight against her ear, not wanting to miss a single word.
No, this is Sophia.
Oh, Sophia!
Sophia?
Her memories of Yakutsk come rushing back. Yes, it's me. Now the weather's warming up in Yakutsk. Would you like to come back and continue our research? Research? She looks around the office. The mold has crept its way to the center of the ceiling. Ew! Have you heard about what happened here? She asked the same question that Yelena and Alexei asked her on that fateful day. A little bit here and there. I've also heard you've had a tough time getting your paper published. I'm in a bit of a jam here. There's too much work for one person. Would you like to come and lend a hand? But the study of ley lines has been...
Whatever happened, doesn't matter now.
Oh? After several moments of painful internal struggle, Windsong speaks again. Your research might be disregarded if they find out you're working with a ley hunter. It's still better than stopping altogether. There are critters' lives at stake. I'm not sure about this.
Comrade Ekaterina.
You can figure out the rest when you're here. Aren't you worried about what people might say?
They've got nothing to do with our study, Comrade Ekaterina. You should focus on a more compelling subject.
Oh, Sophia! This is literally what she needed to hear. Sophia's determined tone surprises her.
Sophia?
That's literally what she needed to hear. That's literally what she needed to hear. That's so good. Sophia, you came at the right time. Oh my gosh, she's crying! She feels a bitter sorrow in her throat. She holds the receiver tightly in her hands as if she's holding her dear friend. For a moment, a genuine fear grips her. What if all this is just a dream? Tears well in her eyes again. They drop on the desktop and glisten like morning frost.
You are right. We should meet in Yakutsk.
Oh, it's Yakutsk. I see. I was kind of close. Her fingers ache from the clenching, but she is determined not to let go. Oh, poor baby. Yakutsk, I can't wait to go back. I have to pull the study of ley lines out of this cold grave. I won't let it die like this. Once again, she looks at the notice board. Her heart feels lighter. Finally, there is a new path before her. Oh, that was good. Oh, I'm so glad. I was like, I'm sure there is like, because like she ended up so determined at the during the event, there was like a turning point for her. I was like, there has to be like a turning point where it helped her pick herself back up, and it was Sophia! Sophia was like, well, they have nothing to do with our research, so don't care about them. Just focus on your research. She makes it sound so easy, but it's literally what she needed to hear to make her snap out of the sadness. Comrade! The title is Comrade. That's cute. Alright, now we're back to the present, maybe? The hall is silent as the researchers listen intently. Windsong takes a sip of water before speaking. By now, perhaps you have your answer to my question.
When it comes to a school of thought, who do you need more? Those that get the work done, or the ones that make it popular?
A shiny metal arm sticks out from the audience. Yes, the comrade in the back.
I think that...
The root of the problem in your story seems clear.
Because
The decline of the study of ley lines was caused by those who exploited it for personal gain. So the people you need more are those who truly care about the subject. Oh, the answer is quickly refuted. But the study of ley lines always lacked the proper barrier to entry. The composition of researchers was quite diverse and rather loosely defined.
What if?
Had there been no one to actively publicize it, those people who worked to build its respectability, hardly anyone would have taken it seriously in the first place. Those people? It was Lissov alone who made the subject famous. I heard he was even invited to teach in some other countries. More and more people joined the discussion. Windsong has to raise a hand to return the order to the room. Thank you all. I understand where each of you is coming from, but my answer differs slightly from yours. Before the session started, a pair of comrades came up to me and asked 2 questions. Why are you still working on ley lines, and what made you stay? What is the study of ley lines exactly? Is it a science or an arcane subject? She types the words science and arcanum on the screen. Today, most of it has been buried in the sand. People can only conjure a vague image of its through stories or records. So is it a science? Sadly, there's no doubt.
There is no doubt it's under the category of arcanum.
To many people, ley lines are not even an objective phenomenon, nor are they consistently verifiable. Many theories regarding ley lines can't even be cross-examined using scientific methods. She shakes her head ruefully.
Yet its arcane nature is not a sin, or the reason for its decline.
No, it was undermined by the high hopes that people held for it. They wanted it to be the ultimate solution, the answer to all their questions. It was doomed to disappoint them. It had its heyday, it even flourished. Many believed it to be the path to our next great advancement. Until the dream was shattered by the cold reality. It's an arcane subject with a very narrow application. It could never stand on its own 2 legs as a specialized field of study. People abandoned it because it didn't offer the solution they sought.
It had drawn too much attention it didn't deserve in academia.
Oh. She sees a few nodding heads in the audience.
But I think every researcher, no matter their field, is an explorer, wandering wherever the truth may lie.
We could go in the wrong direction, get lost in the wild, and start all over again. This is the point we're at with the study of ley lines. This time I hope to find a new path for it. It may be rough, muddy, and full of danger, but we must take the first step. There have been many breakthroughs and advancements in the last few years, and I sincerely congratulate you all on these achievements.
And I always hoped you would think of this path whenever a mountain stood in your way.
Oh, Windsong. That's actually really good because literally the subject of ley lines has been through, like, it had its heyday, just like she said. It had its ups and then there were serious downs, but now it seems to be coming back up. This is literally like the subject of ley lines, or the study of ley lines is literally like the perfect representation of Windsong's own journey too, because she hit rock bottom, but now she's slowly finding her way back. She's slowly getting back on that horse, you know what I mean? She's slowly conquering that mountain. Oh, that's so sweet.
Perhaps it could be a detour leading you to the destination.
A detour. This is why I'm still here as the last ley hunter. Windsong looks at the first researcher. Let's go back to my question. When it comes to a school of thought, who do you need more? Those that get the work done, or the ones that make it popular? The truth is, I think neither of them are that important. But Sophia made me realize that the only way to keep the subject alive is to let people see it for what it truly is, to understand it and acknowledge it. Networking and connection making won't keep the subject alive. If we only focus on writing academic papers, we'll soon find ourselves in financial trouble. For now, they're both unimportant to the study of ley lines. Oh. She pauses, giving the audience a moment to process the information.
No. What it really needs is a genius. One that can extend the path and bring our study to another level so people can see its true value.
Like Newton to physics, Einstein to relativism, Watson to biology. Maybe the genius we need is among us in this very room. This is the other reason why I stay in this field.
I insist.
I hope that people will learn about ley lines from the reports I've written and the projects I've participated in. I will keep walking this path, and I hope to see you all along the way.
Thank you so much.
That concludes my lecture. Thank you. Oh, she's so good! She bows to her audience. At first, there are just a few scattered claps, but the applause quickly turns thunderous. Aww! Good job. Oh! Office. Miss Windsong, please wait here. Madam Lucy! Madam Lucy will join you in a moment. Sure. The staff member puts down a bottle of water and leaves. Windsong looks around the empty office. Never thought a lecture could be so tiring. She pulls over a chair and sits by the window. At times like these, she finds herself thinking of Rayashki. The people who embraced the study of ley lines from the beginning, and the people who saw her as family. Oh, Rayashki. To think that a storm could take away a world, it's almost too absurd to be true. There are strange footsteps coming from the hallway. Windsong looks towards the door. Without waiting for an answer, the door is open.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Miss Windsong.
Lucy! She is so freaking cool! This is my first time meeting her actually in-game. As soon as she enters the room, Lucy plugs herself into the power socket.
Thank you so much.
Madam Lucy, thank you so much for inviting me here to give the lecture. The pleasure is ours. I believe you have many questions to ask, including about the storm in Rayashki. Yes, ma'am. Her face turns serious. What exactly happened to Rayashki and its people? It was not just Rayashki, the entire world has been wiped out by the storm. To put it simply, the world they lived in has been reversed to a time before its existence. Oh.
Would you feel better if I put it this way, Miss Windsong?
I don't know about that. It still makes me sad. If I made it sound like we still have a chance to undo all this.
But we hold on to some hope.
It is true that we may have found a way to stop it from happening again. We have people here using every ounce of their knowledge and every means possible to find a way to end the occurrence of the storm. That is also the purpose of Laplace. Laplace? Laplace? We need your knowledge, Miss Windsong.
We need your knowledge, Miss Windsong.
We need your help to end the storm. To end the storm. Her voice carries a bitter amusement. Your heart rate and body temperature indicate that you are having an emotional reaction. What? Oh my god, Lucy's so good. Are you angry, Miss Windsong? I missed my only chance to save my friends.
No.
That was not your only chance, Miss Windsong. I am not asking you to end it yourself. I am only requesting a ley line report on it. More storms will come and we need you to help us see them clearly.
We will eventually find a way out of the storm.
Oh! Using ley lines to navigate the storm. That's cool. That's actually really cool. That's actually really, really freaking cool. And when that time comes, we'll find the person with the means to end it. Windsong unclenches her fists.
That is why I'm inviting you to join Laplace.
Laplace, okay. We need your expertise to improve our chances of putting an end to these tragedies. Laplace will fund your project. More people will hear about ley lines, the stories behind them, and also the story of you, Miss Windsong, the last ley hunter. We cannot change the past, but we can decide the future.
The future. It is such a beautiful word in humans' eyes, and they attach to it the most wonderful fantasies.
Oh, Rayashki also dreamt of a future, please. It will not be easy to have the future of the study of ley lines resting on your shoulders. A light flickers across the slit on her face.
However, you have done an exemplary job so far, Miss Windsong.
Sad. I miss Rayashki. Windsong hears the ring of a telephone, an echo in her mind. She takes a step forward and extends a hand. I accept your invitation. Oh, the phone ringing, being Sophia's call to be the one to push her to keep going, and then there's another phone call. Oh my god, please. She smiles, looking into what she believes to be the robot's eyes.
I look forward to working with you, Comrade Lucy.
Oh my god. Man. Sad. That's it! Okay. I guess that's the end of it. Damn! Alright. Well then, guys. Well then. That's Silver Knots. Oh my god. That was a really good story. I really like that we got to know Windsong better. Like, we actually learned about her past. That's what I like about character stories like this, because we usually don't have like enough time, I guess, to like go through them in the story. At least from like I don't know, like Feral Rayashki was literally like my very first event from Reverse 1999, so I really had no idea what to expect. Like, it was a pretty lengthy story. Like, I feel like we still got to know so many of those characters, and you still managed to like get attached to like a lot of them. Like, I spoke about this before in another live stream of mine where I was like, oh, I felt for Yevgeny. Like, I actually understood his motivations and like his actions and stuff like that. Like, I really got attached, and that's why I cried when he died. Like, he was with us for a short time, but you still got to know him as a person, and like that, and you got to know like how everything that he was doing was all for Rayashki and stuff like that. So having like a character story like this and having it be played like after the event just kind of adds more to like adds a layer on top of like the beautiful cake that is Rayashki. It's so freaking good. I love it. As well as with Villa's story too. Villa's story where we actually find out that the Rayashki is gone. Like, that shook me because I was not expecting that. I thought it was gonna be like a happy story, but as soon as she started writing letters, and the letters, she just kept coming back to write more letters and more letters every single day, I knew that something was up at that point. Like, I knew something was wrong, and then they revealed it that no one was gonna be there to receive those letters, and then it was just like, damn, that's it. And like the fact, the way that they revealed it so abruptly, I guess, like, not, well, I mean, I guess it was kind of like a mix between abrupt and like, I don't know, like so casually, so easily, kind of like just here is like another day, and yeah, Rayashki's gone, and that's it. That's literally that's how we find out. There was like no grand reveal. There weren't a lot of tears or anything like that. It was just Villa deciding that, okay, this is the future, or like this is the present that we have to live with, and Dawn arrives as usual, which is basically her character story's title. It's such a good, it's really good storytelling. I really like it. I really enjoyed Silver Knot as well, because then now we know where Windsong started and now where she's gonna end up, and the fact that there's the possibility that the study of ley lines can be used to track the storm, freaking cool. I really hope she gets the recognition that she deserves for all the hard work that she's been putting into this, because she has been working so hard. She has been through a lot, and she definitely needs many more wins. But as long as she has Villa and August by her side, I'm sure she can conquer anything. But yeah, I really like that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me as I played through both Villa's and Villa's and Windsong's character stories. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I sure loved both of them so very much for wildly different reasons, but I still adore them both as characters too. I like them. But anyway, thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.